everybody. I'm Jamie, and welcome to SciFi Vision for Talisman Transmissions. Let me bring Scarlett in. Hey, Scarlett.
Hi.
I added the motel sign. I got rid of the scarecrow and added the motel sign.
Okay, I didn't know we were starting.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. It's past
2 minutes to starting. So.
I don't know. My phone says 10:30. I don't know.
Oh, okay. 2
Oh
minutes
well.
ahead of for the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's not the big deal. Anyway, so welcome everybody. Thank you if you're joining us. Please make sure you like the video, hype it if you can, subscribe to SciFi Vision. If you missed it last week, you can still watch the interview with Doug Hughes on our live tab, as well as our other From interviews on the video tab. And tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern on this channel, we have special guest Nathan D. Simmons, who plays Elgin. And then Tuesday at 8, we have Samantha Brown. And then on the 3rd, who plays Acosta. And then on the 3rd of June, I believe it is, at 7, we have Liz Saunders, who plays Donna. Yes. So, yay. So make sure you guys check all those out. And we also, of course, have our From review tomorrow at 10 as well. All right. But yeah, guys, please make sure, like I said, make sure you like the video and subscribe to SciFi Vision. We're, I think, like 40 some away from 2,000 followers on YouTube. So please follow if you're not. And make sure you join our Discord as well, where you can get our schedule and everything else, watch parties, all that fun stuff. So what, Scarlett, did you think of this episode compared to the last one?
Well, I'm kind of torn on it because I'm really enjoying the ensemble cast type filmmaking with 2 actors that have scenes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, because I hear some garbling stuff.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Let me just start over. I'm turning the episode because I'm really enjoying the ensemble cast type filmmaking where they have 1 or 2 actors in a scene and there's character growth. But some of the writing seems confusing in this episode. Like I thought the scene with Henry and Victor in the shitty barn of death that should be razed to the ground was intriguing. But that could have been taking place in this room or anywhere else. And there are lines that took me out of the show when Sarah said that Jim and Kenny were close. I'm like, were they? And then Tabby's writing was really uneven. I didn't even know if I think she believes her own words, maybe. But it was really uneven.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, I mean, it was okay. Look, I said before, I like the first one better. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like more happened, but yet at the same time, I mean, them finding Jim, I guess, was a big thing, but maybe it's because we were waiting for it, like we knew it was happening.
It was going to happen, yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't seem like as much as a surprise, but I still liked it. But yeah, I don't feel like the story moved forward, I guess, as much as I do for the first one. But I still liked it. So
yeah, I was hoping a little bit more for the story walking.
Yeah. At least we finally got some though, because we didn't get really any in the first one, so that was something. That's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
But let's see. Hey, I'm seeing who's in the chat. Hey, Debbie, Miss J's reviews. Who else do we got? Muncher Luncher. I haven't seen you in a while. Gabby, Golden Child, Samuel, Bruno. Thanks, guys. Kimberly, welcome. Yeah, but like I said, at least we got some story walking. I guess is better than none. I did want to mention though, I took a picture of it, even though it's from the recap, but I think it was on Squawking Dead we were talking about. I can't even remember, but had mentioned there was more Bibles in the car. There are books in the back. I don't know if that's like supposed to be more Bibles or not because it's red. And the one in the front was not red, but I noticed it, so I took the picture.
It looks like kind of like a notebook. I don't know. I can't really tell close enough. I mean, that one almost looks like surprisingly more like a Gideon Bible you'd find in a hotel in a drawer. But it's pretty thick.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell what it says on the cover, to be honest. I'm not sure, but I happened to see it, so I took a picture.
I get excited when like Igor from Geek Academy could actually read the title of that book that You know, that poltergeist scene that we'll probably never know any more about in episode 1, that he could actually read the title of that book.
Yeah, I wrote it down somewhere. Dave on Squawking Dead I don't know where he got it from, but he was saying what it was, and I don't for the life of me now remember what it was. I wrote it
I
somewhere.
meant from the other scene in the kitchen, though.
Yeah, from the premiere.
Oh, you for both of those? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for the one where it was flying around the room, but I don't remember. I don't know. I don't have it. I don't know where it is.
It was something
sorry.
about light defeating darkness or something like that, which was interesting to me.
Yeah. I wish I had it. I have it somewhere, but I can't find the file. I'll be looking forever if I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
Bruno we were talking about you were talking about the different scenes that didn't work or whatever. Bruno said Mariel interrupting Boyd and Kenny was awful. I agree with that.
Which one was that?
When Mariel interrupted Boyd and Kenny to tell them that the ambulance was that Acosta had taken Christy. I agree with that. They were in the middle of talking. She just runs in, Christy's in trouble. Like,
I had no problem with that.
Well, I kind of did. But
now Sarah and Kenny thinking that all glasses are the same and all they need to do is find Sophie another pair is totally other thing.
Yeah, these people apparently don't have glasses, that all prescriptions are the same. They can just be swapped out. Yeah, that was annoying. And I agree with you. The other thing, and we can talk more about it when we get to it, but the whole thing with Jim and Kenny being good friends, like, I did not get. Somebody had said in the chat that they went to Cannibal Village together, and they did, but I still never felt like they were good friends after.
Yeah. So. I mean, I guess they gathered some lettuce together. I mean, I don't know how bonding that is.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel like it was.
I feel like the scenes with both of them together, I could count on one hand.
Yes, with them together, I agree. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm storing everybody's conversations here. We'll get back to them when we get a little bit closer. Goldchild though says that they felt like they stretched Jim's death out too many episodes. Do you feel like that?
I don't know. I wanted them to stretch it out even longer. So, because originally I thought the Man in White was gonna Man in White. Oh my God, the Man in White, the Man in Yellow. I merged them together. I merged the boy in white and the yellow together. I thought that he was going to become Jim, and then there wouldn't be a reveal till later in the season because Jim would just be walking around the town and nobody knows he's died. He's died.
Yeah.
Then the big reveal,
Yeah, no, yeah. If they'd had somebody be him, I could see that, and that could have been interesting. But if they were going to kill him, I feel like they did drag it out a bit. I don't know. I kind of feel like if he was dead, why save it an episode? But yes, if he had come to life or whatever, and the Man in Yellow took him over, that could have been more interesting. But that didn't happen. So I don't know. What? Sorry. I've got like a headache. I'm trying to.
That's okay.
Trying to focus with not feeling great.
I'm here to be hired as a writer. Anyone that hears this.
Yeah. Hire both of us, right? We can fix it.
I also think Ghost Jim is a boy in white, so we'll get there when we get there.
Wait, you think Ghost Jim is the boy in white?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Fallen tree. Oh yeah, sus.
It's definitely sus, but I don't know that I think he's the boy in white. I don't know.
I totally think he's the boy in white.
Okay, well, when we get there, you'll have to tell me about that. All right, so let's start out here and go a bit in order. So Kenny fell asleep. Do you think that I can't remember if we talked about this last week or not, but do you think that like he fell asleep because she touched him, or do you think he just happened to fall asleep? Because some people had thought maybe she knocked him out.
Yeah, I thought maybe she knocked him into a little bit of a deep sleep so she could kill that guy. Or dad. Or not dad.
I'm not dead. Yeah. I feel like it could have went. I feel like it could have went either way. I just was curious what you saw. They didn't really tell one way or another.
Either that or Kenny's a really heavy sleeper and can sleep through the murdering.
Yeah, well, she was quiet, but yeah, I agree. I'm surprised she didn't like wait till the second night or something. At least she would have been like left alone a little bit more, right? But yeah, he's snoozing either way. But when he wakes up, he looks everywhere. She's not there, and that's when he goes running outside and he finds her. I thought this was interesting because obviously, she can't be killed by them. And I feel like they were probably in on it and, knew she was going to do it. I don't know. Do you feel like that? Because I still, I don't know if he totally controls them, but I mean, they clearly know, I would think, who he is. Um, and they probably can't kill him because, otherwise he wouldn't like run out as
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, it's probably like underlings and the big boss.
Yeah, so I feel like it was all for show, her going out just trying to
Hmm.
scare the shit out of Kenny when there was never any danger because otherwise, I mean, I don't know. That's not necessarily true. I guess she could have had Kenny come out and wanted him dead, but it didn't. I don't think it would have served any
I
purpose.
think she's trying to sway Kenny, innocently, like doing all the stuffs that people normally do, right? All the people that come to town, they ask for a cell phone. He says there's no cell phones. They ask about like the rules and stuff, and then they just stupidly go outside, because that's like a stuff that a lot of the people do that are new.
True, true. And she's supposed to be young, so I guess I can kind of
Yeah.
get it. It makes it seem a little bit more believable when you try to keep remembering that she's supposed to be a teenager. Um, Fletcher had asked what was she doing outside, probably taking Jim's body into the barn. I had not thought about that. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think she was doing something? I thought it was just kind of like I said, a show to freak Kenny out. I hadn't really thought about
Yeah.
the fact that maybe she was out there for a reason. That actually kind of makes sense. I hadn't
Getting
thought
that
about it.
getting that goat ready for the sack.
Yeah. Poor goat. At least it wasn't Alma.
Yeah, or Gus, but it wasn't Alma. We'll just say it.
It wasn't Alma and it wasn't the dog. That's what matters.
There's gonna be goat curry in the diner.
Oh. I kind of wonder though.
Delicious, Jamie.
No, but it makes me wonder, like, the animals that they slash apparently are still edible, because I never really thought about that, but, like, they
Yeah.
ate that cow. What if they
Mhm.
have, like, monster DNA in them or something? I'm
Oh,
just
no.
saying. I mean, they clearly don't because they ate the cow. I'm just making a point. I just
LSD
wonder.
water for wash down a little bit of like tainted cow meat, a bile or whatever's in it.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. They'll probably I didn't think about that. They probably will eat the goat. Um, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, she could have been out. The monsters could have hung him upside down. I honestly don't know. I had not thought about it, Fletcher, but that is a big possibility. But yeah, I don't think she like got caught. I mean, to me, it definitely felt like she wanted him to see her and to run out.
Yeah,
Uh,
she was crying and making a spectacle.
right,
So
right,
out there.
exactly.
Because Kenny's innocent. Poor little Kenny. Poor old Kenny.
Poor Kenny.
Poor
Everybody
night,
bad
night,
around
Kenny.
Kenny. I just don't want to someday have to make a joke and say they killed Kenny. I don't. So they better not kill Kenny. But yeah, everybody around Kenny. But B said Sophia went a lot outside and didn't even get her dress dirty.
Yep.
Maybe it's that dirt repellent on there.
Well, I mean, those monsters get pristine. Like they wear white and they get blood on it, then it's pristine.
Yeah.
They got the good laundry in the caves.
Well, that's not true. A lot of the monsters are dirty, though. If you look at them close up, like how the man in yellow is. Some of them are, and some of them aren't. I feel like
Yeah.
you gotta look. I like Bill had said we bonded over cabbage. Cauliflower.
Yeah.
Well, apparently enough Sarah thought they were like best friends, so I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe Kenny talks about Jim all the time or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I immediately said that. Like, since when is he friends with Jim? Like, okay, he went to the cabin, but I don't know. I thought that was very strange, that line. I don't know why they put it in. Golden Child, I'm not sure if this was about something else because he said, didn't they live in the same house? Oh, yeah, I guess for a little bit. Did they for a little bit? No. His mother lived with Jade, not with the Matthews, right? Or did they come into their house after it collapsed? I'm trying to remember. Do you remember? I didn't hear what you said. It went out.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well maybe that was why. Then yeah, if they were in the same house, I could see that. I hadn't thought about that. Let's see. I'm trying to stir some of these. You guys go fast and then I can't keep up here. No way to sleep with okay, this is all about about Jim in the house. Let's go a little bit further and we'll try to go back to some of these. All right, so the monsters come out. and he gets her back in, and she's still crying. He's yelling at her at first, right? And then he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," because she tells him that her father said, and he is trying to help, but I mean, we know that that's a bunch of bullshit. So,
Yeah.
but she's playing on everybody's heartstrings because she tells Marielle too that he's dead, and I don't know what happened, So,
Mhm.
let's see. Golden
Uh,
Child said mad goat disease. I like that. Mad goat disease. Where did somebody else? Oh, Jamie, I think the meat would get contaminated by the creatures or man in yellow. I don't know. Kelly said tainted meat. Hi, Kelly.
well, I mean, they all look pretty well for eating like a whole lot of ginger meat.
Yeah, they did.
Because
Yes.
remember, like Clara was cooking up that big steak on the stovetop.
Yeah. I don't know. I just never really thought about it till now, but now I'm like thinking, is it okay they ate it? It must have been because it was a long time ago.
Hmm.
Both Fletcher and Anon are saying that yeah, the Matthews moved in into Colony House. Oh, that's right. Kenny went to Colony House, but I forgot
Hmm.
that they had moved in.
After
So
I
that
asked Donna, she still had those crazy sex parties.
yep. That's what
Yeah.
Colony House is known for, right? Hey, Doc. All right. I feel like I don't know why. I think it's because I don't feel great. I feel like I'm moving real slow. Like I don't
You're
know.
fine.
I'm trying.
You're moving at
Um,
the right speed that you normally move at.
okay, good. Well, it
You're
doesn't
fine.
feel like it. I don't know. My head feels kind of foggy. I think it's just allergy, but it
Yeah,
makes it hard.
probably.
All right. So Boyd wants to talk to Elgin. I don't know that I'd want to be alone with
This
Boyd anymore.
freaks me out, man. If I was Elgin, I would have like 5 people from Colony House around me at all times. I wouldn't have gone in that room.
Yeah.
I would have
Well,
thought this was going to be tortured again. Like he flinched every time Boyd even came near him.
I feel like if he was I also feel though like if he was going to kill him though, wouldn't he have done it before? But I don't know.
No, I don't think that, but just torture, more torture, not killing, just torture.
Well, but does he have I don't know that he has a reason to now. Like I mean I guess he could. I don't know. But
Well, because Elgin said he might tell people.
well, yes, when he said that, that was not a smart move. Then Boyd might do something.
Yeah.
Bill said about Kenny, no way you sleep with a new person in the house. That is true. Yeah, I don't know that he fell asleep so easy, but like I said, maybe she knocked him out. But yeah, it does go in to talk to him, and this is where Boyd says, I have the quote here too. Where he says, "What you did, what we did, that's the kind of thing that could tear the town apart, and I'm not going to let that happen." And he tells him if anyone asks, and they will, to tell them that he lost his lie helping Fatima. And that's where he says, "Well, what if I don't, or what if it gets out?" And he says, "You better make sure it don't," because Elgin makes a point of saying the truth will get out. It always
Mm-hmm.
does. So, I mean, that to me is foreshadowing. At some point, it probably will get out, but
Mm-hmm.
Boyd says if it does, he'll tell everybody he killed Tilly and put him in the box. I I kind of
Yeah.
feel like if I was Elgin, I would find a way to get that resolved be like now.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't pop up all of a sudden and be like, "Oh yeah, Elgin killed Tilly," because he gets mad at him for something, yeah.
Yeah. And there's like Chekhov's torture tools under the bed too. Like
Yeah,
he didn't like just put it under the carpet, but the carpet was right there under the bed, but he just kicked them under because nobody's gonna find those. Of course no one's gonna find them, right?
no. I wondered though too if they left him there kind of to try to scare him a little bit and be like, "If you do
Why
anything, I'll
what
come back out."
I had a secondary question of why nobody in Cullinan House slept in this room when everybody's like sleeping five on a couch.
Yeah, I don't, you know what? They were in there during the day though before, so maybe
Mm.
somebody's normally in there and now they
They left the rope there and everything. They didn't clean anything up. I think Christie's surgery bowl's still in there.
yeah, well, they probably, I mean, I assume they probably told people that Elgin was in there. They just didn't tell them what happened. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody should have been using the room before that. That's a good question.
Or was
Uh,
Elgin using that room?
yeah, maybe it's his room. Who knows?
He was
Uh,
sleeping in the room.
Elgin needs to chill and go bathe in, what's that say? In a shirt like Fatima. We've
Yeah,
already seen
apparently Fatima was just showering this whole episode.
Yeah,
Poor
maybe
Shitty.
that's what she was doing the last one. You're right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just can't get the dirt off even if you're in there for hours.
Maybe not. Yeah, she wasn't in here at all. That's weird. She wasn't in the
Yeah.
episode. Look, they have a big ensemble. They can't
Yeah,
necessarily.
and
fit-
Bacta's not there. I thought she would be doing something in the diner, and the diner's just empty.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they just aren't getting to everybody because it's such a big
Too many people. Yeah.
big ensemble, and that hopefully we'll see them next time. I like Fletcher's. I hadn't thought about that. Tear the town apart. The part where they tear each other apart. I had not connected that. That's that's interesting. I'm not sure what it means, but it's interesting.
Or rip it up.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, Jen. Dirty pirate ship. I'm trying to see. That's the tying people up room. It's the torch room and the tying people up room. Yeah.
It's this bondage room.
Yeah. It's for things they need it for. Jade saw Jasper in the room that night. You
Mm.
know, I wonder if they just film everything they need in that room and like move furniture and shit around. And
Yeah,
that's like
probably.
and it's probably is. But sorry, I was behind. But yeah, my question though, where's Bacta? Yes, we're all saying where is Bacta? Fatima wasn't in this, but Bacta wasn't at all.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see her soon.
Well, she's
The
not even the
bondage-
diner.
Yeah, well, we didn't see the diner. Oh yeah, we did see the diner when what's her face Costa woke
Yeah,
up.
she like Costa's living in there now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you would stay in the diner, but you know, whatever. The
Yeah.
bondage interrogation room, I like that.
The stripes are so beautifully done. You think like Ellis or somebody did some nice leather work on those, so they got to be special, used for all occasions.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was comfortable, I guess. She slept there. It must not have been too bad. Fletcher brings up what I want to know. Where is Tilly's body? They've just kind of glossed over that.
It might be underneath the bed with those torture tools.
I hope not. I can't remember. I don't think they ever buried her or anything though, right? The last time we saw she was like in the greenhouse or something.
Yeah.
I hope she's not like still in the greenhouse. They walked
the greenhouse.
Forgot about poor Tilly. It's stinking in here, you know, gross. That would suck. But
yeah, some people get funerals, some of them don't. Some people get buried real quick.
Some of them just lay there and
was cold.
they'll get
So I said something I said was cold.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. Green Tilly.
You don't want to read my episode synopsis then.
Jen says they haven't buried her that we know. I don't think they did mention burying her at all, but it's just weird to me. They've kind of forgotten about her, I feel like. And I know that she's not like important right now to the story per se, but I don't know. It's weird that they aren't, especially because he mentioned her here. Like I was assuming they were, oh, that's what he meant was cold. Tilly's under the bed with the tools. You did say that, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that he brought her up made me wonder like what the hell they did with her body, but everybody knows she's dead. Everybody knows she's dead though. So yeah. I don't know though what Elgin is actually going to say to people. Like he lost his eye helping Fatima. That's not very specific. Like they should have came up with a better story than that. I don't know. I guess Boyd expects him to have the imagination to make it up. I don't know.
See, in my notes, I wrote a synopsis for this episode. I wrote, Henry and Victor talk in a barn. Sophie gets new glasses. Acosta sees the sights of Fromville. Becca makes them go curry. And Jim hangs out.
Yeah, we didn't get to see her doing that, right?
That would be cool. Well, when he said it was cold, Jim hanging out would be cold.
Jim hanging out. Maybe we'll see that next time. Was Jim's body opened up like one of the creatures? Yes, his chest was ripped apart. Oh, I like Jen. They should have said Kimono Lady took his eye out. That actually would slightly make more sense. And Fletcher's
that would go along that he had it like he lost it because he was protecting Fatima.
Yeah, I guess, but at least it's like a story that makes sense. That's why I said they got to go more into it. Sophia gets new glasses. Jim hangs out. I like that. That was good. That was good. All right. I also took a picture. I keep meaning to look at the the calendar, and I never do, but I don't think you can. It just says rendezvous,
So
and
do you think that rendezvous is like a front for the boy in white to send people to Fromville?
maybe Boyd had the trailer or whatever that said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I don't know. I just had thought it was going to be, and we've said this before, thought it was going to be some kind of like ARG, and then they just sort of dropped it. And it was such a good opportunity, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll
But
never find.
it has Victor's house, and I think maybe there's a rendezvous in Camden, Maine, and maybe like the boy in white like hangs out by the desk.
Yeah, if we could use it as a way to connect it, that would be cool.
Yeah, a recruitment center. Yeah.
Recruitment center, yeah. And you were right, Jen. It says March 1970 something. So I
Mm.
assume it was probably from Victor's time, but we just don't find out. Dale resting in a pool, Jim hanging out.
Yeah.
We should get to see Ghost Dale. I would like to see Ghost Dale, Jim,
Yeah.
I admit I don't miss as much, but Dale would be, I would like to see Ghost Dale. That would
Mm-hmm.
be fun.
You could like haunt Donna.
Yeah. Yeah, he could
Does
haunt.
Colony House.
Yeah. We'll get to that, Fletch, when we get to the body. But yeah, he could be floating around. So then we have the jukebox playing Good Morning by the Beatles. Actually looked it up.
How much of the budget went to the song?
I know. I was thinking they must have spent a lot on that. I was looking to see if I could see.
Because I don't think it's a cover.
No, I didn't think it was either. I was trying to figure that out. I wasn't 100% sure, but it sounded the same. I'm looking to see what else is in there, seeing if they changed it. I can't remember if those are the same they were before or not.
Can you close up on them?
Yeah, that's what I was
There's
looking.
Lola. Yeah, Lola was in there.
Yeah, and
Psycho Killer.
Town Without Pity was Psycho Killer. Some of them I don't remember. Blue was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they're all the same, because I thought some of them from over the seasons had changed between the
Those are the
shows.
same ones I saw last time I looked at them.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that the song says nothing to do to save his life, call his wife in.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, Jen says I don't know. See, I didn't know that, but said it was a cover by Soul Asylum.
Oh, okay. That's why I thought it might be a cover, because covers are cheaper.
Yeah, I kind of wondered if they could.
That's like big bucks. That's like HBO money. That's not MGM
I
money.
did question that, so that makes more sense. Also, it sounded a little. I was trying to compare it, and I didn't notice as much like accordion in the original. But I'm bad at like music, so I just figured I couldn't tell the difference, and I gave up. But they have Everybody Wake Up. I did like the song though. I think it fit the scene well. I mean, it wasn't like really an ironic placement necessarily, other than like you said, the lyrics maybe. But
the lyrics are about like a dead guy and his wife.
Yes, the lyrics work.
They're on point, is what I'm saying.
They are on point, but I think the music, like, just overall fit the scene. So the Matthews are sleeping in the living room. Why? They need to go in the bed. Look, I guess I get it. They're all staying together because they're upset, worried about him. But
they're worried about that poltergeist because they had that poltergeist action in the other episode.
You would think if you were worried about the poltergeist, though, you'd go upstairs in the bedroom, not sit in the living room next to where the poltergeist was, right?
Well, if you have a poltergeist and also a husband that's lost, then you stare by the window.
All right, that's
got a lot of problems.
That's fair. This is Boyd rinsing his face off. This is the scene that was from the trailer we'd talked about before with the Jasmine mirror. Yeah. All right. So he goes out on the porch and he uses the binoculars and sees the bag hanging. Let's talk a second about. Fletcher says the show keeps getting better and better. Great. It's a good season, guys. This is a very good season. So let's see. He also said, could the weird things radio start playing, for example, being the stuck souls that Manuel ends up killing over time in previous cycles? We saw Jim Poltergeist scene at the house.
Yeah. I feel like, okay, this is going to be a little bit of an interesting thing, maybe morbid. But Kenny's mom used to say she liked to celebrate good times and dance. And I thought that maybe she was trying to communicate to Kenny through the jukebox. You know, instead of it being ironic, like her soul was trying to like say, you know, we still will celebrate or whatever. You know, it wasn't meant to be like cruel.
Interesting. I'm not sure how Kenny could not get upset over it though, but I guess he would have been upset anyway. But that
Well,
makes
if that's the only way that souls could communicate,
yeah, maybe.
So you'd try to pick something that the person would know that they referenced, but he wouldn't get it, because he's mourning.
Yeah, maybe wait a little bit if you're gonna send your loved one a song in the middle of the diner, right?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the back. So we had so many
Yep.
different theories about this. Was it Jim's head? Was it the dog? Was it Jim? Yeah,
Mhm.
it was neither.
Oh,
So it was neither.
no curry.
No curry. Yeah, maybe we'll get goat curry. We'll see. Um, so Boyd goes running out to see it, see the blood dripping from this bag.
Ugh.
And I notice how everybody is like just standing around staring in this episode. There's a lot of extras,
Did you notice how many people were wearing green in this episode? I don't know why there was so much green. We got Costa here with a new green sweatshirt. We got Jade all in green. I saw so many people wearing green. Is that a color theory thing that I should be aware of?
I had not noticed it, honestly. I mean, now I'll notice it, but I hadn't.
Jen
Noticed
says a lot of green. Yeah.
a lot of green. Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. I mean, I noticed the yellow because it's like constantly everywhere, but
Mhm.
that's the only thing I really pay attention to.
I think even Tabby's wearing kind of like an olive green. Like
Yeah, her jacket's green too.
yeah.
Simply an odd choice of song for Tian Chen. Maybe she liked that song. I think you were talking more about the message of the song, though, weren't you?
Yeah, or like Fletcher pointed out, like Abby, like saying the boat song, the pony on
Yeah.
the boat song. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the boat song for him makes tons of sense. But the show has tons of colors. We just like to pay attention to every detail. This is true, Fletcher. Green, they all drowned. I don't know really. I don't know what. We'll check with them.
On the bottom of the Brundles.
Bill says greens commonly represents nature, growth, harmony, fertility, and I got to look at it on the screen. It gets covered on StreamYard there. Fertility and freshness acting as the most restful color for the human eye.
Mm-hmm.
For Elgin. And we only got one eye.
But not for his other eye. This is
his other eye. Yeah, he's got one. 30 part ships that I didn't notice it until now. Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't. I wasn't paying attention, but now I'm noticing it because he said that. I'll notice it constantly.
He's got some green on.
He's got green. He does. There she's looking out the window and sees it. And her jacket's kind of green. Her sweater's more grayish. I think sometimes the film is tinted a little yellow.
Yeah.
So it also looks a little greenish. All right. So Ethan comes out, just keeps shoving him back in.
He has yellow on.
He does have yellow on in the yellow house.
You have, mark your scorecard.
He always has yellow on. Him and Boyd always wear yellow.
Because he's going to become a man in yellow. Mark your scorecard.
And maybe, but Boyd does too,
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes they're doing it just
to he's a replacement man in yellow when the man in yellow was human in the first Fish and Loaves.
Okay. I guess we don't know.
All my friend manifesto, which I said, on another live.
Yeah, you gotta read it here sometime.
Yeah, I'll get my scroll ready. It's on a scroll.
It's on a scroll. Okay. Yeah. Well, you'll have to.
It's a proclamation.
Then we'll never get out of here. It'll be like 4:00 by the time we're done. I don't know if I can stay up that late now.
No, it's probably for another time.
Yeah, we'll try that next week. So they come down trying to find out what's happening. Look, it was kind of inopportune that she walked out the way she did and let them hear it, but she was freaking out, They found out, they saw it, and he's constantly like, what's in the bag? And she tells Julie to take him to the barn. When I saw this, like, I did not think anything of that. And then once you knew what was in the bag, it's like, oh, that was so cruel. Like, that was
bait and switch.
Yeah, the bait and switch. I mean, look, nobody knew they'd send him to the barn as opposed to someplace else, but I guess that's where they hang out. I don't know. But they
it's a safe place for them to feed the animals, even though didn't like Kenny's mom also die in that barn. That's why I call the shitty barn, the shitty barn of death.
Yeah, I didn't think about the barn being where they kill him. Yeah, but the animals are there though too. So yeah, maybe he went. It's where he goes because of Alma and stuff.
Mhm. Well, it's
Um,
her responsibility to feed the animals.
mhm. um, I want to get to this ahead of time because I want to talk about this in a second. Saw a theory from Xander that Jim's soul will now be stuck in a loop at the RV. Makes me think if that thing from below the RV was Jim's soul, even the RV crashed into Toby was Jim's soul, and that's why the voices told Sarah to cut Toby's tongue because Toby might have seen Jim's spirit before the crash. I don't know about all that, but I did kind of wonder if it was possible it was some kind of loop. It reminded me on some shows where
Mm,
when somebody's stuck in a time loop, like
yeah.
and like you watch like I'm trying to think what show it's from. Something I saw where they would see ghosts appear. Maybe it was Doctor Who. I can't even remember. But they would go through like their day or whatever before up to when they died, and it was like a loop and they're kind of stuck, and it made me think of that the way he kept looking off like somebody was coming.
It just reminded me of Princess Leia in Star Wars recording her message and looking back and forth before the loop ended.
Still a loop, but yes, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it is that kind of like people are coming. That's why I think he's a boy in white, because the boy in white was looking around for people that are coming. And they just disappear because the boy in white disappears sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, or who knows? I mean, he could just be like Father Kotri, right? Like we could see him later and he could
He
be
could.
talking
It's
to everybody. Who
possible.
knows?
Yeah.
Let's see. Like Jamie Ghost in Outlander watching Claire in the pilot.
Hmm.
I don't remember if I ever saw the pilot. I started that show in the middle when I covered it. I don't know if I ever
Oh, yeah.
saw it.
I've never seen it. I know what it is.
It's a good show. It's just like you kind of got to keep watching it because it's like a lot. It's
Yeah.
like heavy, not mythology, but like character story. There's a lot going on. Um, if a tree falls in the forest, maybe those wearing green are like trees that will all fall. Oh, I started laughing because I thought it was going to say maybe only the people that are wearing green will see it or hear it. I mean,
Mm.
so I preemptively started laughing. Maybe those wearing green are like trees that'll fall. Maybe that's possible. Fletcher says, I felt like Jim is different from Cautry. I feel like Cautry is Boyd's subconscious,
Mm.
similar with Tom and Jade. Jim felt like he was in a rush, like Martin and Boyd meeting.
Hmm.
But maybe,
Like he had to hurry. Yeah.
but maybe he's like not subconscious, but like to help Ethan. Like maybe he needs a guidance, like I'm thinking of God, I'm thinking of Big Bang Theory. I was thinking of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh,
I'm like, wait,
yes.
that wasn't
Nice.
actually in Star Wars. That was in Big Bang Theory.
That's interesting.
Never
I mean,
mind.
he is sitting on a fallen tree. That's what makes him sus to me.
Yeah. I had not thought.
Because on another live, we used to talk about this tree, this fallen tree down in front of the RV, and now he's sitting on it, and it's like,
Yeah. I mean, but the question is, does it what exactly does the representation mean? Like, is it to do with keeping them at the town, or I don't know.
Boy in white needs to see the Lake of Tears.
That is possible. Or he could
For
be. I
his
mean, he could
plan,
still be the man
whatever.
in yellow.
What?
Technically, I mean, I said technically you could still be the man in yellow. We don't know that somebody's watching Sophie all the time, right? I mean, could
Do
have
you think
snuck
they
out.
he could just split into two people, or just go back and forth real easy? Because it didn't look like it was real easy.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Well, maybe he goes out in the woods every once in a while and changes back. I don't know. Everybody kept saying the man in yellow was Jim, so I'm just
Yeah, I
putting it
mean,
out.
it'd be cool if he kind of went back and forth, but I don't know. I mean, the fact he just disappeared made me feel it was more of a boy in white thing than a man in
That
yellow thing.
makes sense. Yeah, that's what Scarlett was saying.
That's me. I told him that.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess we won't know until we see him again. If we've seen him again, we've only seen him once. So,
Yeah.
um,
Or it could have been just a little send off to Ian Bailey because he's a main character. It could be like, if he's not coming back, maybe he's not coming back, maybe he is. Maybe that was just a send off, emotional thing between him and his kid,
yeah, it could be either for Ethan or just for the actor, even just to get him back for a minute.
Yeah.
Jim reminded me of Tom, a helpful ghost, whereas Cautry always seemed to be annoying and pounding Boyd. That's not untrue.
I do love Ghost Country.
Yeah. All right. So Julie takes Ethan down to the barn. Why the hell explain to me why Tabitha wanted to open it herself? Like, you think your dead husband might be in the bag. So
Don't know.
why are you like, I got to do it myself? Move. Like, why didn't she let Boyd open it?
Why did she let anybody open it? Boyd, Jade, anybody, extra
Anybody
number
but her.
5.
Anybody but her. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't. Would you? If you thought your spouse's head was in a bag, I wouldn't. I'd be like, somebody else open to me and either shake their head yes or no. I don't
Yeah,
want to
I
see.
know. I totally agree with you. I guess maybe in retrospect we should have realized it wasn't going to be Jim because she was the one that opened it.
Mhm.
Because it would have been, I don't know, maybe a little.
That'd been horrible.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have been anticlimactic or worse. I'm
Just like
honestly not
gym
sure.
parts in there, just full of gym parts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ugh. No, no, no.
Um,
No, 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 no. To coin your phrase.
yeah, no, no, no. Yeah, she said no, no, no pretty early. Boyd said no, no, no too in this scene.
Mhm.
Um, which I thought was funny. Jen says I would definitely want to open it myself. That's
Ugh.
interesting. I would like run away. I wouldn't want to be there. I'd be like, just tell me
Yeah.
what you found.
Hmm. I don't want the trauma, the extra trauma.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there's going to be trauma no matter what, but I agree.
Yeah, but I don't want the extra trauma of the image bring. Oh no.
Yeah, the goat.
Blackfield Curry.
Yeah. Well, like we said, at least it isn't the dog. At least it isn't Alma. I don't want to leave that up the whole time. I was
It's
gonna
this
say
unknown goat that we don't care about.
no goat. Well, it's the male goat, I guess. I had thought it was a ram or something. I didn't know that it was supposed to be a goat until like I really thought about it because people were saying, "Oh, it's the other goat." So I looked it up. Male goats look like because I don't know. To me, it looked like ram horns.
Yeah, but
Um,
is the man in yellow hunting some ram in the mountains and that comes down with it?
well, I thought it. I kind of figured it was just some random animal. I really didn't think about it, but
Yeah, thinking
it's
about like
definitely
what
a
people are
stretch.
saying, like it's kind of like a devil symbol, but I thought it was like a sacrificial goat. That's what I thought. It was like Jim was a sacrificial goat, so he put a sacrificial goat in the bag, or like a
Mm,
scapegoat. There's lots of ways it
goat.
could.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know, but either way, Samuel's right. I mean, it was definitely meant as a
Mhm.
distraction to get them into the barn, which was like so cruel. I mean, like, did you have to torture the kids too? But at least it wasn't the doggo or Alma. I agree. Um, and I lost it to unturn it off. Hold on. Alma's grieving. Alma probably is grieving. What's in the bag? It's Jim's. Like it's just a goat. Jim's in the bar.
Ugh. Cruel
Guys,
jokes.
yeah, Kaiser says it motivates Ethan even more.
Mhm.
Yeah. Either way, it was awful. And they're always trying to um have the most cruelty possible, I guess. So it makes sense. So, hold on a second. I was looking for my list and now I probably won't find it. Hold on. Yes. Okay. I was going to say because it reminded me, Kaiser is one of the people, unless you sent your address to Dieter and just didn't send it to me, make sure you send your address to one of us in DMs for the talisman. We've got a couple people I didn't hear from, VB Morris and
Mhm.
Three Comas, who I thought was Trace, but I don't know if you'd heard back or not.
Eh,
Codex Knox.
There's
Those are the
been
people I didn't hear from. Now, whether they went to Dieter, I don't know. But yeah, you guys gotta send your addresses there. They always send the kids to that barn when they want to have adult conversations. Yeah,
yeah.
maybe that's why they knew it was gonna happen.
They probably won't do that anymore.
Yeah, I know they're probably gonna stay out of that barn, right?
Yes,
The barn is
just
full.
burn it. Burn that
Burn
thing
it
down.
to the ground. That barn is full of PTSD from Matthew's family. It was location Sarah locked Tabby and tried to kill Ethan. It was, and now they
Mhm.
find him hanging there. All right, guys, well, that's fine. I just wanted to remind you. I thought about it when I saw your name, and I'm like, there's still people who haven't. Julie has got like a crazy screaming face, doesn't she?
I love her screaming face. She goes all out, man. She screams for her
She
soul.
does. She does. I feel like that's why they give her this kind of scene. They made them find it so she could be That's so funny.
Like we have interviews with Hannah. She says she didn't know she could scream like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, crazy. Um, you can even sit there. She's like, oh.
Mhm.
So
Real.
yeah. Jen said, was Jim hanging from the same post that Tai Chen was tied to? That is interesting, and I do not know the answer to that. I don't know. Do you remember
I
what she?
didn't check.
Exactly where she was
Because those are
tied.
gruesome. That's gruesome too. I don't want to check that stuff. Somebody else
Okay,
can check that.
good point. Good point. Gabby said, honestly, I'm seeing a lot of the audience who think it was Tabitha's fault he died, as if she knew there was a daytime entity ready to kill him.
No.
And Fletcher
But
said,
I think they should have looked for him at least.
that I agree with. I agree with you there. Yeah, I think they gave up way too easy last episode. They're like, Jim will be home. We'll just forget about it. That's a reason. I don't blame anyone for Jim's death. If they want to escape, they have to keep digging, and now we know people will eventually die. I agree. I don't think it's his fault either. Do you feel like it's his fault or her fault? I mean, I don't really think it's
No,
anybody's.
I get a little bit more upset at her later in the episode when she says, "Why didn't you come home?" or whatever, because it's kind of like she acted like Jim was her person and she wanted to be around him, but she told him she needed time away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
him. So maybe a little guilt about that, but not. I mean, she didn't think that some entity was going to come out and kill him. I don't think that she, knew that.
No, yeah. I agree. I think some of that though, like her being angry, was more like her dealing with the
Yeah.
grief. But
Hmm.
yeah, I see what you're saying. And Jen's right. It was light out. She should have looked for him. I think they
Yeah.
should have. I agree with that. I'm not sure why nobody did. They just kind of were like, he'll come back.
Hmm.
I call that her Scooby-Doo screaming face. Reminds me of a cartoon scream, but not in a pejorative way. It's funny. It is funny. Look, she does go all out. I think it's great. I look, when I watched it the first time, I mean, we're laughing now and joking about it,
Yeah.
but I thought it was really really emotional and sad, and I
Yeah.
totally bought
She's a really good actress. I think she's a
it.
really great actress. She's really
Yeah,
sold it for me. I felt really bad for her when.
yeah, I did too. I cried the first time I watched it. I feel like the second time I watch things, a lot of times, like we're joking about things just because we've watched it so many times. But
I must be really hard because I haven't cried tears at a show at all, ever.
I've said before, I cry things really easy, so I'm not the best
Because when like
judge.
Henry and Victor met up, everybody was crying, and I'm like, why didn't I cry during that scene? I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
feel like
crying.
I'm a hardened person.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I do really easily, so I'm not the best judge of what you should cry about there. But there's a lot of screaming in this at any rate. I like that Boyd sort of in these scenes like took over and was sort of, I don't want to say the father figure because he's clearly not a father to them, and I don't mean it in that sense, but like he knew that Tabitha was in shock and he just kind of like
Yeah.
took over, like, come back. You can't stand there. Don't look at it type of thing. Cause she's just like in shock, not doing what she should be doing. So I like that Boyd kind of grabbed them and pulled them back while she's trying to come to terms, I guess, with what's in there. She hasn't seen it yet at that point.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that whole moment to me, like I started to realize it when they opened the bag, but then you hear the scream and you're like, oh God, like that was on
Hmm.
purpose. And then at that moment what's coming.
Hmm.
But yeah, she finds Jim. And
Yeah.
as you commented multiple times, I know you kept saying there
I
he's
have
with a
some fun facts once we get into this.
yeah, no, I don't know your pictures in Discord, but I think everybody does know that. And I know you've been telling me that for a long time. You kept saying they're gonna find him hanging upside down. And
Like in the
that's
hangman
why
position, though. Like in the
he is
hangman.
in the hangman position. But as soon as I saw that, I thought I'm like, Scarlett's gonna be like, I told you,
Do
I
you
told
a little funny piece of trivia, Jamie? Do you know what number the tarot card is for the hangman? A standard
you.
tarot deck?
No, I do not. What
12.
12?
The
Oh, and
number
that was
12.
the number that was the answer, right?
Yeah, and like the qualities of the hangman are passivity, fatalism, sacrifice, broken will, commitment. surrender, being stuck, limitation, insecurity, change, new level of consciousness, but also enlightenment, mysticism, spirituality, patience, clairvoyance, insightfulness, and wisdom.
Interesting.
And in the standard weight deck, the hangman is hung upside down. He has yellow shoes on and a yellow halo around his head. And he's wearing a blue shirt and red ties.
That's funny, but
For
unfortunately,
people who want to visualize that at home.
yeah, no, I you know what? I mean, I've seen what you sent, but I don't remember the details.
But his leg is like that too, and it also makes a 4. The hangman hanging upside down makes a 4. And
yeah, it kind of does. I hadn't thought about that. It kind of does. Look, I have all kinds of issues with the shoes and whether it's continuity or not. I don't know.
Or the man in yellow took the shoes, so he could be Jim.
Look, I never would have even thought about it, except for the fact that when we did the
you meant those little like those tan sneakers he was wearing in the last. Yeah,
they're these to me look more like boots, and I don't know. I think it was Robert Saunders had pointed out didn't look like his shoes when
they definitely were like tan leather shoes, like more of a sneaker casual leather shoe than these
rather than a boot. That's what I thought too, and I thought, well, they just gave him different shoes, but it seems to me, at least from what I could tell, and it's hard to tell, but at least when I watched it the first time, it looked like his shoes in the final scene were more like the ones from the end of season 3. So then that makes me question if he had different boots or different shoes. Does that mean, like, is it just a mistake?
Or someone took them. Man yellow took them.
Or does it mean something? Because I don't know. It made me wonder if he could be from like a different timeline or from the future or something. Like it's not the same Jim that they find his body or something like that, and that he might pop up later. I don't know. But and then the other part of me is like, yeah, they just gave him different shoes. You're thinking too much. So I don't know. But I never would have thought about it if he hadn't brought it up with the trailer. So I don't know. But they do look different at times if you look at them. There he is, Fletcher. You were asking if his chest was ripped apart. Yeah. There you go.
So you know, chest array on it, because Jen asked was the 4th and 7th card of the deck, and I was going to say the Emperor and the Chariot, but Bill Chill's array on it.
Beat you to it.
Well, the Chariot in my I've made associations, and I feel like the Chariot would be the car crashing from, and the Emperor would be Jade.
Interesting. I don't know. I feel like there could be, because I mean, we've talked about like the old maid cards and stuff too, but it would make sense if tarot cards have more to do with the show. You know, it would be interesting to go into that more at some point.
Well, maybe a rudimentary sort of way. I don't think horribly so, but maybe just associations. Just like when Boyd was in the forest with a dog and he had the pack and all that, it does look like the Rider Waite deck. But I don't know if that's like, I don't think you could like figure out things through the tarot cards.
No. I just meant it might be interesting to look at, but
like a reference.
Yeah, but more than that, what I'm interested in is the fact that Tabitha kind of predicted his death and had that vision. Like, what was that about? Like, why? Or was it just because it's the cycle and somebody was always going to die? I mean, it's interesting, but yeah, I'm curious about that. Fletcher says different boots. Was that a different timeline, Jim, or did Manuel Jim's shoes? Can Manuel shapeshift into someone using their shoes? I don't know.
Somebody Julie plucked the Jim out of the timeline, and now there's a secretary Jim running around with different shoes on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just noticed it, and like I said, if we hadn't talked about it before, I probably never would have noticed it. But since we talked about it, I was like, they look different.
It's very fringe. That's very fringy.
It is. It makes me go nuts. Just, I don't know. I start noticing things like that though, because I'm looking too close, because that's why I said at the end of the episode, it also cracks me up. And I do think this was just a mistake. I think that Ethan, when he was hugging Ethan, I thought it got rubbed off. But if you look, when we get to the end, I'll show you like one frame, he has like a big cut on his head. And then the next frame, he has a tiny bit of blood on his head and there's no
Yeah.
cut. Like it got rubbed off or something.
It's because he's sus. It's because he's a boy in white.
Maybe, or their continuity is just not great.
He's not real.
He's not real.
Not real.
Not real. Either way, as we were saying, it was very awful what they did. And I guess maybe they should have thought about that. You should have said go back to the house instead of go to the barn, and then it never would have happened that way, right?
Or just send somebody. Send County House resident number 4 to the barn.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think it
Let
was
them
more.
deal.
I don't think it was so much that as she was trying to get Ethan and Julie out of the way because she knew that it could be his body and she didn't want them seeing it. The corpse didn't look like Jim at all. Yeah, I think that they didn't do a great whatever you want to say.
I don't look at it long enough, man. I don't look
Yeah,
at it.
it doesn't look like him. But look, this show isn't like you said earlier. This isn't HBO.
It's not HBO. They don't
They
have
can
those
only
HBO
do so much.
They have soul asylum dollars, not Beatles money.
Yeah, they probably maybe didn't put as much money in the book. You know, though, it's funny. I would think, well, why not just have like him for real hanging upside down and like put makeup on him? But I remember having this conversation with another actor before, and I don't remember what the guy's name was, but it was for an AMC show, That Black Bag or something like that was called. It was an interesting conversation. The guy was hanging upside down, and we were talking about how like when they hang somebody upside down, like as an actor, they can only do it for like a couple minutes, like a minute at a time or whatever, because you can't hang, like physically can't be upside down that long because it'll make you sick and stuff. It's not good for you.
Blood
So
rush.
yeah, blood rushes your head. So that could be the reason why they didn't hang them upside down and why they're using a fake body. But yeah, they're not HBO level special effects. Who was it in the chat earlier? Maybe Kimberly or B, I can't remember, I think, said something like have Greg Nicotero make the head. I agree. They could have had him do it and then they could have done it for cheap and it would have looked good, right? So there is Tabby screaming and Boyd holding her. I kind of was like, Jade, why the hell are you not over there? Did you feel like that? I wanted to yell at Jade because he's just that was B. Okay, Kimberly, I couldn't remember. Jade is just like standing there being very unhelpful. And I'm like, I know people ship them, and I'm not saying I do, but I still was thinking, like, why is he just standing there? Like, I guess he's in shock. It's not helpful.
But after what him and Tabitha have been through, he would be more sympathetic.
Right. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't. Let's see. I feel like there was another. I thought that somebody else said something else about the body here. I was wanting to go through. Let's see. Fletcher said, remember Jim hanged version from Tabitha. We heard the lighthouse noise when he screamed. Jim talked about the Lake of Tears. Is the lighthouse where the Lake of Tears location is?
Could be.
I think that makes sense. I do. We had talked about that.
I think there's going to be a flood, and then from the flood becomes the Lake of Tears, and it's probably by the lighthouse.
It could be. It could be.
And then when it recedes, it becomes the Brundles.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been at the Brundles before, though. Like, I feel like this has got to be someplace they haven't been, right?
Well, a flood's fast, Jamie.
What? Oh, well, yeah.
It's a flood. Think of a flood.
All right, that's better. Let's see. Fletcher had asked about, because we're going on to Man in Yellow here. Sophie and meeting equals wisdom, maybe since she's a man in yellow and knowledge comes out at a cost.
Do you know who I think she is? I think she's Babylon from the Bible.
Okay.
And I've also had this whole theory that she is the Bible. That she you know how in Buffy, Dawn was the key? She was a girl, but she was also a key. I think she is like a figure, but also the Bible.
Yeah, but she's also
evil. Get your heads around it, the chat.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that.
Well, but the Bible comes to town. They say there's no Bibles in Fromville. Well, they don't have any Bibles in Fromville because when the Bible comes to town, this happens because she's the Bible.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily.
It's a metaphorical Bible. It's not the actual Bible.
Yes, I know that. Okay, talking about the stuff about the Lake of Tears, and yes, Kaiser, the stuff about the RV. I'm going to wait till we get a little bit further along to talk about that because we're getting too far off of what's going on. All right. So, this, I was just going to say, this girl, I'm forgetting what I was going to say. This girl, Julia, she does a
Doodle.
really good job. Yeah, she does a really good job, like going from evil to
Hmm.
like back and forth. I think because she even here, like she's praying and she's got tears running down her face, but then she's got like this evil grin all of a sudden as she's
Yeah,
waiting.
she's having a good time.
She is. She's having quite a good
Yeah.
time. There's Kenny covering her father, and yeah, he tells her they talk about Boyd. There's not a whole lot in the scene, but he's like, "Oh, I can take you to get glasses." Like she's standing there all upset her father died, and it's like, "Okay, let's go get glasses." That was a
Yeah.
little weird, but I think that was more the way the script went, but it
Yeah.
didn't
I, I
quite.
I also agree with somebody in the chat that says that Sophia might be from 1931. It's not that she can't be that, and also the Man in Yellow, and also the Bible.
Could be all three. I'm not seeing it.
Metaphors upon metaphors.
Could be.
No, that's the
Uh,
way she's dressed and everything. If she's from a cycle, I would say she was from the
oh,
19.
there it is. Whoops. Where'd it go? Yeah. The only thing I would say is because somebody was saying, how could she be from Victor's time? She could have been from before Victor's time. Her dress is very it's
It's
not really
timeless.
it is. So it could really be from any of the periods, I feel
It's
like.
like a shirt dress. Don't you have like a shirt dress in your wardrobe, Jamie? Like a very standard shirt dress, and it's gingham. It's a classic. It's a classic fabric.
Yeah, it could be from the 30s, it could be from the 70s,
Yeah.
it would work.
Hmm.
Hey, dear, sorry, you can't talk. I'm like,
Because a lot of
uh
people are saying that was like a tell, and I'm like, no, it isn't. It's such a
no, it's
classic.
yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's really specific. I think
Yeah,
oh
and
what
it's not like from the 1800s, because if it was from the 1800s, the arms would be longer, the skirt would be longer, because I
yeah,
dress
I don't think it's
clothing,
that old.
so I know because I dress in period of clothing.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that old, but it could be from 30s,
It could be
70s,
the 30s, definitely. Yeah.
somewhere in there, 80s even.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's newer because they would have seen her. Assuming it's a real person that
Hmm.
because I'm going by my theory that like it's somebody he killed. I guess if
Unless,
it is, he just took somebody's clothes. It could have been from any time, and then we don't know.
or else Victor would freak out if he saw her. If she was
Yeah,
like,
right. Exactly. B agrees. Says that was weird. Sorry, your dad died. Want some new glasses? They'll be the wrong prescription, but that's okay.
yeah.
You'll feel
I just
better.
imagine Sophie getting glasses and the wrong prescription, but she just keeps running in the walls because she can't see.
That'd be funny. That irritated me so bad. Like, do the writers not actually wear glasses, or is that just like a thing? Because I know they do that, like in Lost, Sawyer finds glasses, but they aren't his glasses, so it kind of makes sense. And like
Mm-hmm.
readers are the same. Like people can share reading glasses, but I feel like your prescription
Yeah.
is not going to be like you would keep your broken glasses if they were the only thing that were the right prescription. But no, we'll find another one.
Well, it's like those TV shows where like all women can wear the same clothing, even though all women are different body shapes.
Yeah, somehow they do.
Like you have somebody's a size 2 where gives a dress to somebody's a size 12, and they look just as good in it. And it's like that clothing doesn't work that way.
It does not. It does not. It
Here,
does
new
not.
glasses.
I wonder where the man in yellow got it from and who he took it off of. It's Jay's reviews. As I had said my theory last week, I think it's somebody he killed. I think they need their clothes. I keep saying they. I don't know if it's just because I'm like he, she, they.
They
I
should
don't know.
say they, because there's really two.
It
It's
is, but
Man and Sophia.
I think as I say it, it's because I'm thinking of the monsters because I keep thinking the monsters take their clothes because I keep thinking I said about how they found Miranda's scarf down in the caves. I think that the monsters take the clothes for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the suitcase was down there before.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Fletcher says if she was in 1978, Victor would recognize what Maniel said. He was going to take Sophia's form so that nobody would even be able to recognize him as her. Yes. So it's not going to be somebody that he knows. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense. Bill said her outfit reminded me of Dorothy Gale. It does kind of a little bit. Somebody said that. Wrong color, but kind of. Although I say that, and I'm thinking, why did I say that? Considering the Wizard of Oz is black and white, but
also green. I'm going to point out green again, green and white.
Yeah. isn't it sus to Sarah that she just picked up some random glasses and that's okay, even though we know Sophia doesn't really need them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a TV issue. I think it's like a TV series issue. It's
Yeah.
like, sorry.
Okay.
No, go
Oh,
ahead.
I was just gonna say with the Wizard of Oz, that's 1930s too, so
Mhm.
that's time appropriate.
Yeah, that tracks.
Sorry.
Hey Susie. No, I'm just gonna say it some things you have to accept, or a TV show. I was having a conversation earlier with somebody about in my house about like how Kenny doesn't he got over his mother, but it's like nobody wants to see somebody like grieve for months when you're watching a TV show, right?
Everybody in this town would be crying all the
They would
time.
be crying all
Crying
the time, and it would
constantly.
be really depressing. Nobody wants to see that. So people get over things, move
Yeah.
on. I always complain. I always said that when I started to complain about Scully when she gave up her kid, and then suddenly she forgets about losing her kid, and I'm like, well, yeah, but do we want to watch that? Like, you don't want to see that, so they just move on. That's what it is. The Wizard of Oz did get colorized, and it's blue. You're right. It was colored after. I was for some
No, it
reason
wasn't.
green though. It
It
was.
had a black and white part, and then it went to color when they were in Oz, and then went back to black and white.
Right, but she had the same dress. I don't know
Yeah,
why it
yeah,
was
she did
green.
have the same dress.
She had the same dress, and for some reason, I was thinking it was green, and I don't even know where that came from because she's right, it's blue.
It's blue.
It's tonight. It's we might
It's
as well.
fine.
It's okay. Technicolor.
Yeah, it's technical.
All
Yeah.
right. So this is where Ethan is screaming at his mother. I
Good for
mean,
him.
he's a kid. He's gonna blame her, and I understand he's upset because they were like fighting a lot. So he feels like it's her fault. And I know that if he thought about it, probably would know it isn't her fault, but he's in pain. He's gonna blame. He needs somebody to blame. And I feel like I don't know, like I'm not a mother, but I would still think that, especially as a mother, like she should understand that because she gets so like I get she gets upset, but she gets so offended, like it wasn't us, we weren't fighting. And Julie's like, it doesn't matter. And I'm thinking, like, she
Yeah.
has to know that he's just trying to find somebody to blame. Like it's not really her. It's just like he would have said anything. He would have found
It's like,
something. And
it's like the total blame though, because then she goes and blames Jade. It's like everybody's just blaming each other.
that's true. But I'm just saying, like, she should have understood it for what it was and not gotten so, like, I don't know, upset over it. But I guess she's grieving too. So I can.
Yeah, we also have to pretend that Ethan's 9.
Yes, true. And Tabitha can be so mature. Yeah, she's supposed to be the adult, but you're not wrong, Susie.
I don't know why these people ever had kids.
Yeah, not a good idea here. Imagine the trauma of that kid opening the barn door and watching his hanged father. Yeah, that's why that was so cruel. It's like,
I mean, after everything else that's happened too, like
yeah,
Kenny's mom and everyone else. I mean, it's just you'd be surprised these kids just wouldn't. He just wouldn't be in the fetal position constantly.
yeah. But again, we wouldn't want to watch that.
Yeah, you
So.
don't want to watch that.
Yeah, Ethan broke my heart with that valid crash out. Yeah, yes, when he was running around breaking things and screaming, and yes, it was heartbreaking because like you got it. It was hard, and it is a lot of trauma. And that's why, like, I look, they're supposed to be monsters. I guess that's the point. But because part of me was kind of feeling like you're hurting these people anyway. You're going to kill somebody. Did you really have to do it to the kids? Especially because I think about how the man in yellow like has the conversations with Jim, like, oh, I really liked you, or with the priest, like, it wasn't your fault. I know you were trying to be nice. And it seemed to me like so disjointed from what I knew about the man in yellow, especially because it sounds like from talking to Doug, like he thinks that he did mean that.
I think he meant it.
No, I do too, but I hadn't really thought about it till he said that. But it makes me wonder, like, why do the monsters, like, why did they have to go that far? Like, did they have to be that cruel? They were going to kill his father anyway. Did they really have to make the kids find it? But it wouldn't be a TV show, I guess.
But as Donna said, they love to hunt. They like to play.
They do. And they
even
like
the monster in this episode is, I want to play.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, she does say that. You're right. Hey, just me. Just because Dieter's going to go. Wait, there's one else. Jim wouldn't be looking around like that. He saw things coming closer. I don't know. I want to talk about that scene when we get to it because I still, like you said, it's sus. It's totally, completely sus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues with that. All right, let's wait till we get to the end though, because we're going too far off. Okay, so Donna is standing around watching. I wish she had more to do in this episode. I really do.
She did some
Oh yeah,
cleaning.
happy birthday, Just Me. I forgot. Happy
Oh
birthday.
yeah, happy birthday.
I'll put that in Discord and then just kind of come out. I can't even keep track of the days of the week. So to be fair, that's why I was saying earlier to
Yeah.
Kimberly, like, is it Sunday? It doesn't feel like Sunday. It's a weird.
Mhm.
But I wish Donna had more to do here. Like I feel like she's kind of just hanging around in this episode, isn't she? Like she's just kind of standing around, not doing anything.
I feel like the last like this episode and the one prior to it, I almost feel like the writers are trying to do something with new fans coming in to kind of introduce them to the characters and where the characters are in space and time.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like
true.
the Sarah, they have one scene with Sarah, she's here, they have a little exposition, then she's talking to Kenny, and it's that, and then it's Henry and, Victor in the barn, and they have a scene just to get everybody used to it, because maybe the fans that binge the show, maybe they need to get a little bit more comfortable with the characters, and I think it's really good that they did it this way.
It is. The problem is there's so many characters, like they can't.
Oh,
That's why they're not getting through everybody. Yeah, new fans. We don't need no.
new fans, yeah.
Yeah, we still want new fans, guys, or we want lots of people to watch it. But no, that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a lot of people coming in at season 4. I mean, I guess there could be, right? But I don't
Well,
know.
I think it's gotten more popular each season.
It's definitely gotten more popular, yeah. But my point I was trying to make with all of this is I just wish that Donna had been given more to do. Like I really like Donna. I was thinking about the other day, her and Jade, I think are my favorite characters, and I wish they'd given her more to do because
Hopefully she doesn't get punched in the face by the Scarecrow in episode 5.
I hope not. But she is just like I mean, she's there at least, but I don't know. I feel like couldn't
She's
she have
getting shit done. She was cleaning up the house,
Yeah,
babysitting when Tabby should be there for her kids. After she told Jim she was going to be there for her kids, but she's not there for her kids.
yeah.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
Donna could clean the barn. She could be cleaning up the barn instead of being a babysitter.
She could be. She could be. She could have at least went with them though. Like at least she would have had more to do. But she's like, I'll go talk to the Tabitha and the kids. And yeah, I don't know. I just would have liked to have seen more of her. And then there's more of the red shirts standing around doing nothing.
Oh yeah.
Why do people
House
like
Resident number 4, isn't it? Or like Townsperson 3?
who knows? Why do people like Jade, dude's annoying as fuck, acts like he's their friend, but there is actually no reason to believe that honestly, what has he done? I mean, from personal experience, I like Jade because I feel like a lot of times he's the audience trying to figure things out. Yeah, he is a lot of times a dick, but I like Jade.
But he's funny.
He's funny, yeah. But yeah, he's the voice of reason and trying to solve puzzles. That's why I like him. Is how I feel about it.
They also think it costs us a voice reason as well.
Yeah. Let's see. I like Jade because he gave us tons of comedy during season 1 and 2. Yeah. And Victor for the mystery. Yes, Victor is like reveals things. Jade's trying to figure them out. I think that's the difference. All right. So they take his body into the barn or the church, and yes, his shoes look different. We already kind of talked about that. Yes, and because he's hot. You're right, Susie. There's also that. Although now he needs to shave because he needs to shave.
He doesn't. I guess he's in winter mode because he doesn't have those shirts that have buttons, or he has like 5 or 6 buttons undone.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just wish somebody would give him a razor, then he could be hot again.
Well, maybe sometimes again he can shed that and then put on the button shirts again.
I don't care about that. He needs to shave.
Yeah.
I do not love the beard.
Not the Chia Jade.
The Chia Jade, yeah. He's under there though somewhere.
Yep.
I feel like there was something. Let's see. Okay, Boyd. Okay, wait. They walk to the church, bring the body in. Mel says they need to clean him up. Oh, Boyd repeat. I knew there was something here. Boyd repeats that knowledge comes at a cost and asks what it means, and that's when Jade's like, "We need to talk." Jade looks like the code. Oh, that's funny. I like that. When Julie gets her haircut, someone tell her to get Jade to cut his beard as well. Yeah, we need to do that.
We get
Um,
to it.
can you make some promo for the Etsy shop, please, with my link? You, Dieter, I think you should be able. I thought I made you a mod before. I think you should be able to post the link, but if not, send it to me in a message in Discord, and I'll put it up. But you should be able to. I thought I fixed it so you and Scarlett could make links, but I I still don't know how to do half the shit, so it's possible I didn't do it right, but I remember I did. I Night Rider. Okay, so yeah, Jade needs a haircut was the end of that. All right, so then this is where Kenny and Sophia come up to Sarah and she tells them about Jim. And this is where I think we were both annoyed. Jade's beard isn't as wild as Rick's season 5-6 beard. He's got a ways to go. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Too much beard, man. Get rid of the beard. This is where Sarah says, I'm sorry, I know he was your friend, or whatever she says that makes it sound like him and Jim were really good friends. And I was automatically like, I just don't get it. And they spent time at Cannibal Village, but they didn't like bond, I didn't think. So I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I think it's kind of sloppy writing here, but that's
I agree. No, I agree with you because
because
I'm
they could
I'm not
they could.
the one who said that.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Jen.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I mean they could have literally said 100 different things in the scene. They could have said, you have an important role in the town. You need to be with Boyd and Ellis." You know, he's pretty
Uh-huh.
much still like a deputy level, even though it's not really a name. You need to help Boyd and Ellis.
Uh-huh.
Why would it be like Jim's your friend?
Yeah, if she could have even just said Jim got killed. She didn't have to add the line, I know he was your friend. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. And we're not the only ones that said it. So it's, yeah, a lot of people felt that way. Pink Bunny said in season 1 episode when where Jade arrives, he's so hot. I want him looking at me like he did all of them when he was saying you're so beautiful. Yeah, he needs to shave again. Maybe eventually, maybe by the end of the show, he'll shave the beard. All right. So then this is where they have their conversation, and I got as many pictures of it as I could. Let's see. We got the music notes there. We got the bottle tree there. Um, and the timeline. This is what we want to look at, right? Is timeline.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Okay.
the top part. The top part that didn't get like a lot of action.
Yeah, I got let me see if this is better. I got picture. Okay, I guess that's the only part I got at the top. Excuse me. Let's see. I got this too. What do we know? Something the beginning of what? I can't see the top right, but the top left says, what do we know the beginning of what, when, where? I think it says it began, maybe. How many spans, ancient age, medieval age, stones in the cave, or very old, 1600s maybe. It looks like other bottle tree. I don't know what cursive handwritten something, birch bark. I don't know. I'm trying to read this and we'll do the rest of the
Birch bark canoe, maybe.
I don't know. He has written down the 1700s, old stone something, 1800s industrial resolution, settlement, protective wards, red stones. He thinks that's from the 1800s. Civil War era,
Well,
1861.
it says Tabitha saw these in her
Oh,
nightmares
yeah,
as a small girl. She dreamt of this place. So around the 1800s, because I thought that was earlier than the 1800s. But then again, Jade doesn't know this. I think this is just Jade because Jade had a productive night.
Yeah. This is just his
Because this
timeline.
wasn't here before, so that like whole last night he was just cooking.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't think he was before. It was here before. 1861. He has the barn. Was the barn built this time? Colony house, like that they make the buildings on. And then later on, he has 1950s diner motel houses in this era. Maybe the clinic too. The sign. So yeah, that's a good point. When was the actual town buildings built?
Yeah.
How long between experiences here? Is there a pattern? Now we know there's a pattern. What did he scratch out? I feel like what he scratched out was probably important.
Oh, can you see that? Focus in on that.
I don't think it's been scratched out with marker. You can't read it. I just wonder if there was something there and they did that to be funny. he thinks it's 40-ish years. He says, bottle tree, was it there before Miranda got here? Is that why she saw / painted it? That's a good point. I assume she made the bottle tree, but I hadn't thought about it. Maybe she saw it first. 1981-ish. Miranda died by the monster at the bottle tree. Victor. Now, I read this wrong at first. I thought it said Eloise.
He said Eloise still alive.
Yeah, but it technically says Victor's still alive. Eloise died by ? And then it says me now came in with Toby in the Audi. Tabitha came in the RV with Jim, Jolene, Ethan. 2 cars. Is the crash significant? If we save the children, do we get to leave? Is there a future? So that is what it says of the parts that
Future's not ours to see.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, there. It worked, Dieter. You did it. Okay,
I
good.
did it.
You did it. I was talking.
I did
Good.
it.
Thank you, Scarlett. If everybody sees the link that Scarlett posted, you can get, if you didn't win a talisman, you can get one from Rabbit Tree Design, who supplied them for us. So thank you again to them and for Dieter for setting it up. And if you use his code Dieter Gets Deals, you can get 40% off on the talisman. So thank you for that. So yeah, guys, check that out. And I think they have some other different things too. So yeah, check out that Etsy store and see. All right. So Boyd and Ellis are there, and Jade's explaining that the 7 about Ankui. We all know about Ankui. I don't think we got to repeat that. But that something unlocked when he played the music. And he thinks that it was the knowledge that him and Tabitha gained, what they remembered, and that they killed Jim and wrote that sign because of what they remembered. And then this is where Boyd says, if they push too hard, something will push back. And that's what Sarah said in the woods. Nathan had a theory about the place and didn't think looking for answers was a good idea. And then he says, assuming you're right, what do we do now? How do you save something that's already dead? And that's when Jade says, I'm working on it. And he's like, work harder. Sometimes Boyd's an ass too, right? Like, really? He's the one who did all the work.
Work harder.
Poor Jade. He did it all. And Ellis is just kind of like, standing there not doing anything. I'm not sure why Ellis went with him, because he served no purpose in that scene. Yeah, I'm not sure. That looks like a drawing of an eye, kind of. It's cut like an eye. I was just looking at the other things there. Bullseye thing. Yeah. Symbol. Yeah. I wish they'd take pictures and post them on the press site or something so we can see
that's
better.
A dart. I thought it was a syringe, but it's a dart.
A dart. Yeah, those are darts. They're darts, yes.
Yeah.
They are darts.
Because I remember he had that talk when he said you could just throw things randomly. He was talking about random theory.
Through it. Yeah, I remember that.
Against the wall.
Bill had said 1506 Christopher Columbus dies, America's names in 1507. Was that on the chart, or are you just telling us that? I didn't
see it on there. I just had it paused on television and I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. And Knight Rider, we're thinking, you said you think he added this chart this season, that it wasn't there last season, is what you said. Okay.
He had a good night. He had a good night to cook.
Yeah, I don't remember it being there last season, but yeah, this is for the new episode. So I don't know. Oh, I like Gabby's. Maybe they do get new buildings that randomly generate themselves. Well, hey, if they're in a video game, it could be, right? They have goats that randomly come out of the woods, so who knows?
Generated the pool, but not the hotel.
Yeah, generated the pool and forgot the hotel.
Yeah.
Everybody's so mean to Sarah.
I'm like, Sarah's a killer.
She is. But I guess I've already forgiven Sarah, because I'm like, everybody's so mean to Sarah. And Acosta, look, I said before, like you, I like Acosta. I don't know why she gets so much hate. But this episode made me really, really mad at her. It made me dislike her in this episode.
I don't know. It didn't make me mad at her at all. I understand where she's coming from.
I get it, but when
I don't know if I want Sarah to be my friend either. I mean, she is a murderess.
But she wasn't around when that happened, so I don't know why she was.
She was around when she popped out Elgin's eyeball. That's enough for me.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true. I didn't think of that.
That would be enough. I
Okay,
mean,
I
like,
forgot about that. Yes, I get. You're right.
we're
You're
not
right.
friends, okay?
Yeah, we're not friends. Don't talk to me like we are. I didn't think about or that. You're right. That makes slightly more sense than what I was thinking. So
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
Julie's looking good.
Yeah, she's not in a very good mood there. Like as Fletcher says, interesting, wondering how do they get the new buildings? They just pop out of nowhere. I assume they build them, but I don't know.
Well, if it's based on child's imagination, the children's imaginations, they could just crop up.
They could. Maybe the hotels for the future cycles incoming.
If they don't have the wiring. Remember, they don't have the wiring, and everything
Mhm.
just is set like in a child's mind.
Yeah, that's why I always thought it was in either Victor or Ethan's mind, but some things made me change that. Now I think more a storybook, maybe. Um, I do wonder though that sometimes I had at one point wondered if maybe Colony House was supposed to be the motel, but I think where the sign is, it doesn't make
No,
sense.
I think Colony House is Colony House.
Yeah. I thought Miranda saw a bottle tree in the park and made one in the backyard. I think the one in the park she made, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she
Got the
made the
little
one.
LSD and then made the art installation. And then
Yeah.
the over that we never got to see, which I hope someday we'll see.
Yeah. Um, okay, wait. This is exactly what Jim did on the wall plus dates.
That's why I like it.
I I feel like Jade can't die because he's the one in the cycle. I just don't think they're going to kill him for that reason. I don't know. Maybe they could, but I don't see it happening. If
They'll
you
probably
save,
just they'll probably just make him insane.
maybe if you save the kids, you get trapped in that timeline. That's your dilemma. Save the kids, and you don't get to go back to your timeline, or don't break the curse and go back. Well, but they don't know how to go back. That's what I guess that's the question. How do they go back? B, I've been curious about the era
Era.
of Colony House. Yeah. It has sinks with tap for hot, one for cold. Yes, that's slightly older. It also has those light switches, either buttons that
Buttons, yeah, like 1930s, yeah.
yeah, it's definitely older. Yeah, we don't want to spoil dark.
Yeah, it's not.
What? Can we take a moment of silence for Jimbo now that his death is concerned, please? Confirmed, please. I kind of
Take it.
I feel bad for Jim. I kind of miss Jim, but I didn't at the time. At the time, we were like,
Yeah,
"Kill Jim."
yeah, he got a bad. He was done dirty.
He did, but it was funny because everybody's like, "Kill Jim. We don't want Jim," and then like Jim dies, and
Oh,
you're
it
like,
was
"Okay."
because of her. Like, okay, I'll just take it. This is the perfect scene right here with Julie. What's missing from this picture? Tabitha. We got Julie. We got Ethan. Where's Tabitha? Where have the parents been since season 1? Where are they? They're never
Yeah,
around.
I I don't know. I kind of wondered, and I could be wrong, but the way Ethan was screaming and Julie went after them, I kind of after him. I kind of wondered if they went up to the bedroom like he was trying to get away from her because he was mad, so she might be leaving him alone. But I agree with you. Like she probably should have went up there and been like, "Are you
Yeah,
okay?"
yeah.
Um, Jim
Not a good.
was so sorry. Go ahead.
Not a good mom.
Yeah, she's not. Jim was so annoyingly outspoken. We should take a moment of silence. For a guy who loved to run his mouth, his motherfucking mouth. Yeah, he did. He did. Else is about as useless as nipples on a breastplate. Or rip to the man who had the dumbest theory about the town that this is an experiment idea, which is so ridiculous for some reasons. I kind of like that. I mean, it's clearly not what it is because he theorized it, but I kind of like that idea. I thought it
Gave Randall some bad ideas.
he did. He did. Um, Jimbo legit stood toe to toe with Man in Yellow. Dude feared nothing and solved the mystery of the bottle tree when Jade and Tabitha babbled. This is true. This is true. Code Knox says, not me, I love Sarah. Code Knox, you are another one, or Codex Knox, sorry.
Yeah.
You are another one that unless you gave it to Dieter and just not to me, we don't have your address for the talisman. So make sure on Discord that you give it to one of us so you can collect your prize from the last week. Let's see. Sarah is smart. This was actually a subtle warning to Acosta. I don't know. I thought Sarah was trying to be nice in that scene, but
She's
oh my
just trying so hard, but nobody wants to be her friend.
God, everybody's
She's
mad.
a murderess.
Yeah, Sarah's now the second craziest lady in town, possibly third. After Costa, I can fix her though. How are you gonna fix her, Muncher?
Sarah did learn not to lead with "I killed my brother," though, because she was like, "Oh, I don't have family here anymore. Bye."
Yeah, that was the way you do it now, right?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of kids had an incomplete set of toys for town buildings, and they just used what they had. Oh, like wait, I never thought about that. Like when you have Lego and like you're missing pieces, and you just like make do when you're young.
Yep.
There's so many. I mean, there's so many things that make me think a kid made it up. So yeah, but I am starting to think it's from some kind of fairy tale or kid's book or something.
Carmichael.
So who's the new crazy girl? She's a monster. I mean, Sophia, aka the Men in Black, girl in black, or Men in Black, Man in Yellow. Whatever color, right? Let's see. I think Colony House Church, Root Cellar, Martin's Dungeons, and OG Tower Ruins next to us are the oldest buildings in town. I don't know about Colony House. I think the church, yes. Root Cellar, yes. Dungeon, yes. Tower Ruins, yes. Colony House, I think it's old, but I don't know if it's old as the ruins. I would say maybe not quite that old.
Julie's also wearing green here. I was going to point out.
She is. She is. How'd you like she ditched him? I'm like, really, Julie? Poor kid had to pretend he was asleep.
Yeah.
And Dawn is like, if you need anything, let me know. You know,
it's interesting that because From's based on games, that she's sweeping up puzzle pieces and throwing them in the trash.
You know, I had not thought about it in that sense. I was more like, why the hell is she throwing away the puzzle? That was my thoughts the whole time, is quit throwing away the puzzle. Like maybe other people want to make the puzzle.
But wasn't that the puzzle of Camden, Maine as well? Because there was a puzzle with Camden, Maine on it, and now it's
there was? I don't remember that. But that was Ethan's puzzle. Excuse me, but I hadn't thought about it metaphorically, throwing the puzzle away. That's interesting.
Yeah, giving up games.
Had not thought about that.
Figuring out puzzles.
I am wondering though, we're talking about where these houses made, right, in the town, like after the town existed. Why is there a TV? Where did the TV come from? They can't watch TV.
Because houses in the 50s have TVs.
Yeah, I know, but that again is like
I keep waiting for one to turn on.
It could, because it just, that seems to me very disjointed. Like, why is there TV when the TVs aren't going to work?
Because the radios work and the telephones ring, so why wouldn't a TV come on?
Maybe we'll see that someday. Who knows? But yeah, another thing that's just kind of odd that's there. Julie's going out for a walk. She's like, I'm going in the daylight. I'll be fine. And then
he's done a try, I guess.
Yeah, no, I appreciate Donna's like, if you need anything, let me know. She wants to help them. She's trying really hard.
But they should have had somebody walk with her.
Yeah, and you know, she didn't do a great job because Ethan snuck out, but at the same time, like, again, Tabitha should have been there. Like you said.
Yeah, but Donna couldn't do anything as one person because Ethan's still there. And if Julie wants to leave, she can't leave with Julie.
No. I meant that Ethan snuck out, but like Tabitha should have been there watching.
He snuck out for the 80th time.
Yeah, he's like Carl. It's okay. So we have Randall, who's doing his pull-ups there, and he's at first a dick, like always. And then he realizes, I do appreciate he realized something was wrong, and he asked her right away, and then, you know, she told him and decided to be nice. But yeah, he's just like, what do you need me to do? He does want to help her, which is good. Doc says, I think the original bottle tree that Miranda made will be a plot point in the 5th season and will possibly involve Eloise, who's probably outside from Bill. Bye, Dieter. I missed Dieter was leaving. Oh, there it is. Okay, bye, Dieter. Have a good night. Let's see. Fletcher thinks Tabitha will probably die by the end, like all her past reincarnations did. But didn't she? Let me ask you though. Didn't like she already in the other cycle died? Because like she never made it to the bottle tree, right? Or she didn't make it in the bottle tree. That was where Smiley killed Miranda, right?
Yeah.
So she's
Correct.
already changed that.
How so?
Because she didn't die by Smiley. She made it through the bottle tree. Like they've already changed that cycle that way, right?
What? When?
When she didn't get killed by Smiley and she went to Camden instead of getting killed by Smiley.
Oh,
That
you
was
mean
my,
Tabitha? Okay.
yeah. Yeah, that was my assumption.
Yeah.
I mean they have to change the cycle or there's no show, but that's what I
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whole idea was that, I mean, at least in my head, there's a curse, and maybe people can go home, or maybe the monsters change back to humans, or the kids get their souls or something, and they break a curse.
maybe. I don't know, but I mean, I thought the point of the cycle, I mean, I thought that that's what happened. Miranda tried to go into the bottle tree and she got attacked by Smiley. We saw that last season.
Hmm.
Um, and Tabitha this time made
So
it. So
it's a little baby steps each time, a little bit closer and closer to it.
yeah, well, this time she made it in, so something's different.
Hmm.
Why she put the puzzle in the bin? Why did she dump it out? I agree. Unless maybe
Here's
she
about
was
this puzzle.
putting it into there to pick it up, but yeah, it seemed like why are you throwing it away? Where is the motel sign with no motel? I agree. We've had this discussion in the past a lot. That
Hey, you
irritates
don't
me.
have your star magic up in your graphic. The
No,
star
I
magic.
don't have the motel, but it's missing. But yes, I didn't think of that. I didn't put the
Yeah.
star magic. They don't sit around listening to the radio. You're right. The radio don't work either, but
It might, though, now that Ethan has.
it might. It might. Star magic sign was up in the day after the 1978 massacre. We see it in Victor's flashback. I wonder if that's important at all. Star magic sign, Cosmo candy bar from Cawtree.
Cosmic horror, Lovecraft,
Yeah.
space deities, aliens.
You echoed there a second. Kaiser said the Lake of Tears is falling stars. That was what was on the license plate, right?
Oh, the
Um,
Alabama one?
yeah. I think Miranda was trying to get to the tower because if you travel at nighttime, you go to the tower, daytime, you go to the lighthouse.
Hmm.
I assumed that the lighthouse is the tower. I guess that's been a point of contention. Is that the same thing? We never really got an answer.
I always thought the kids were being held in a cave system, so I'm kind of, the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, I don't know. Many things we don't have answers to. Okay, so
Do people know how big lighthouses are? They're not very big. Have you ever been inside one?
that's true. B says Tabitha went to scrub the wall and have a crash out instead of staying with her traumatized children. Grieving or not, your kids come first.
What is she doing?
She's wasting time trying to scrub off paint.
Yeah, she should just paint over the paint, or she should get, I don't know, Donna or Jade or Clara or anybody else to do this, and she should spend some time with her kids.
She should, but I agree. Like, why not paint over it?
Time with her kids.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But yes, I agree with you. And why not just paint over it? It would be so much easier. But she's trying to scrub it off the barn wall, and this is where Jade comes in. She screams at him, tells him to get out, and this is where he says that this means the memories and everything children showed them are real. And she says she doesn't care, and he says, "I can't imagine what you're going through." Blah blah blah. They're doing this to try to stop us from digging further and to try to make us afraid. And she says it worked because she's terrified. And she's like, Jib's dead. Do you not get that? And then he says, which he shouldn't have said, but he was trying to be nice. And he's like, you need to think of your children. He probably shouldn't have said that.
But he does. She does.
He does. But he's kind of like, you're being a shit mother. And, that pisses off more. And she's like, get out. She's like, you don't care about anybody but yourself. And I think that may have been true at a time. Yeah. But I don't think it is anymore. And he's like, that's not true. And then she's like, it should have been you hanging from the rafters. That was awful to say. That was awful, but I get she's upset. So I totally get it.
She's not the Tabby anymore that was kind of fangirling Jade in the last season.
Yeah, she's not.
Because I remember she always got kind of dreamy at him when he was figuring everything out. She was all in.
Well, she definitely was all in and listening to him at any rate. But now she's pissed off and she's like, you should have been the one to die. That was an awful thing to say, but
yeah, that's horrible.
I get it, but I kind of feel like that's more something a kid says, not something an adult says.
Well, that's
But
going along the whole lines of tearing each other apart thing that Sophie's doing.
true. And you also were right when you said he's Ethan's blaming her and she's blaming Jade.
Mhm.
Kimberly had said about the buildings, going back to that. I like the theory the town moves through space, and that explains why there is different building structures.
Mhm.
Yeah. I still like my theory that I had a bit that was like Mavis about the bottle, or not the bottle trees, the faraway trees. I don't know if I had ever explained it in here or just explained it in Discord. I was telling people it came from Shield, but I was thinking about it the one day when we were talking about it, and made me wonder if it's possible that the faraway trees or something like that in Shield, and there was this planet Mavith, and
Mhm.
this rock sucked you into the planet. That's a long story. It took you through basically a wormhole, but the point is these portals, it was in different places on the planet that it spit you out because the planet rotated
Yeah.
around the sun or whatever. So
Mhm.
like it never was in the same place. So is it possible? It made me wonder if it could be something like that with From, like, because maybe it's either in another planet or another dimension or something, but that the place is literally moving. And that's why if the trees were portals, that maybe that could be why it could be spitting them out in different places. And like it's actually the same portal, but it's more like because it's moved through space and time. But I don't know.
Mhm.
That was
Well,
a
that
quick.
explained the symbol constantly changing too, the roots, because when Jade was writing down the symbol, it was different many times.
Oh, there's different. Yeah, I always wondered why there was different versions of it in the book. I figured
Could be
he
because
just
it's moving.
that could happen. Or maybe now that you said that though, could he maybe have seen it like at different points in time in his
Maybe.
memory of
Mhm.
other people? And it was like before the roots grew to a certain point or
Yeah.
something, like it
Mhm.
wasn't all grown. That's
Mhm.
interesting. Um, Bill says Donna's getting rid of clues of evidence, just like she did. Well, look, I never, like I said, I had not thought about till you, Scarlett, said something. I hadn't thought about the puzzle in a metaphorical way, but it
She
makes
also
sense.
swept up Tilly and then threw in a trash can.
She crumbled her up and threw her in the trash can.
Yeah.
The town and the creatures are from kids' imaginations. I think that is
I think I could
a
have buried her under some rotten vegetables.
yeah. I just wish they'd like talk about her instead of just completely forgetting about her.
Well,
That's a
Boyd
good.
didn't. Boyd's using her as leverage.
Yeah, he is. Where do they put the trash? That's a good question, but I feel
Yeah.
like that's like
No,
the question on TV. When do people go to the bathroom? That's like one of those questions that you're not going to get an answer to,
you
and it
need
doesn't.
a trash truck to come into Fromville.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
They
throw in
they
the
have
brundles.
sewers. They somehow have sewers and everything too, right? Uh, okay, let's see. Thanks, David. I'm gonna the Lake of Tears stuff. I'm holding off till we get closer to the end, guys. But I am marking it. Oh, that's a good thing. I want to talk about that too. I don't know if you can see what I star or not.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like blue on my end.
okay. Hey Karen. She caught up. She hadn't seen it, so she caught up now. Finally, I'm guessing if she came. Um, yeah. So as I was saying, Tabitha is blaming Jade at this point. All right. So then we have a pissed off Acosta. I don't know. How do you feel about her taking off? Like, I, I kind of want to. I mean, I know people are going to be mad, and part of me wants to be mad at her, but I also kind of feel like she's right. She didn't get to try to go around the town. She
Yep.
didn't get to try to get out. She just believed him, and I can kind of see
Mhm.
her point of view. Like, how do I know you weren't lying? I don't.
Yeah,
So prove it.
she came in on kind of a bad spot because she hasn't really had like the rock and the flowers ceremony. She hasn't had any pancakes. She didn't get any of the comfort that other people did coming in. She just gets all harshness aimed towards her, which makes me feel very sympathetic towards her.
Yeah.
So she
I
took the ambulance for a joyride. They wouldn't have probably even had to put the strip down. They could have probably saved the tires and just had to run out of gas.
Yeah, but then she might have ended up out after dark with Christy or something. Maybe they were
Oh
worried
no.
about. don't know. What I worry about, and it kind of pisses me off though, is like I think about that one time when they brought Ellis to the clinic at night when Elgin grabbed the ambulance. Like they had that possibility because they still had a working ambulance. I really don't like that they're having to like destroy
Yeah.
tires like that with a strip because I'm like, do they
Mhm.
have? I mean, look, they have lots of extra tires. I'm guessing in that boneyard of the cars or whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it a
Mhm.
boneyard, not literally, but you know what I mean. So I guess they have other tires probably that aren't destroyed, but it just makes me wonder, like, if they don't have those cars with a little bit of gas and tires that work, like they could need them.
Yeah,
And
they could.
yeah, so I think maybe that could become important.
Maybe
Uh,
that's all part of the plan.
yeah, I'm marking all these things down, like I said, about the Lake of Tears, about cutting down the tree. Possibly, we'll talk about that when we get. I like this though. Acosta wasn't even going to help a kid. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was like, he's fine. Which technically he was fine, but
It's
I like
fine.
Christy's like, he's in the middle of the road. Kid, his father just died. Like, go help him. She did not care. She did not care. So she sneaks in and steals the ambulance. I feel like maybe she could have just asked, but they probably, to
I
be
like
fair,
that
they,
she snuck it. I like how she snuck it.
yeah, I was gonna say they probably would have said no though anyway. And
Yeah.
I don't know though why Mariel freaked out so much though. Like, okay, yeah, she didn't take her crutch, but dude, she's in an ambulance. She's not gonna wreck the ambulance. She just wants to see if she can get out. Who knows? Maybe she can get out, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
they
don't
all think she's a psychopath for some reason.
I do, but I don't get it because, like, I never at one point thought she was going to hurt Christy. So I thought Marielle
Yeah.
was completely overreacting. Completely, completely.
Mhm.
Tires have to, whoops, wrong thing. Tires have to be the right size and gas goes bad over time. I had to have the bad gas drain for my car. It sat for 2 years. Yes,
Yeah.
Karen and I multiple times have had the gasoline in the apocalypse conversation with Walking Dead. I've kind of given up on that because I think it's just you got to accept that. But
Mm.
the tires, yeah, that's true. They could not work.
It's like the gas in the plane and the yellow jackets, but it might be supernatural. So I always threw supernatural in there.
Yeah,
Could
she
be
could wreck.
supernatural here, supernatural gas.
Could be. She could wreck the ambulance in a crash. She could, but I feel like she wasn't intending to wreck the ambulance. She was trying to
I don't
get out of town. I don't know. I just felt like she would have just driven around for a while
Mm.
until it got dark. I don't feel like it was dangerous. Um, and I don't know. I mean, can putting out like a strip like that, can that make you wreck? I would think that could
Yeah.
make you wreck, right? That
Yeah.
was my concern. Um, oh, I like your ideas, Fletcher. Well, all right. So Mariel's then she comes in, interrupts their conversation. What were they saying? They were saying something. Let's see. Oh, Kenny said he heard about Jim and he says they left us a message. That's new. And this is where he said Jade has a theory, and he's like, there might be something to this one. Clearly, Jade has a lot of theories that don't turn out. But yeah, she comes in and starts freaking out about the ambulance. She literally came into Farmville playing Duck Hunt with the residents. There's another video game.
Well,
Oh,
I don't know. I think Nikki was kind of stupid being from the window and all that, but not to victim blame.
yeah, I know.
But if people are shooting outside, I'm not gonna stand to a full size window and look.
Yeah, when somebody's running around
And plus, she felt guilt after she did it. Acosta felt guilt. She didn't
did.
mean to, do that, and it made and she provided food for Fatima. So I guess it was all good at the end.
You're funny. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. It is. I mean, she wasn't really doing anything, but you're right, it could have went bad. Instead of covering up the entrances, put the talisman instead so the creature can't pass. Like on the doorway, or not doorways, but exits of the cave. I never thought that. We don't know if it keeps them in though. It doesn't, no, we do know it doesn't keep them in because they were in the barn and the barn door was closed and the talisman was on the inside and it didn't keep them in. So I don't think that would work for that reason. Oh, I love that Anon. Does anyone remember the Stephen King story movie, The Langoliers? Ghost Jim looking behind him reminded me of the Langoliers. I love the Langoliers. it was about, what was it about that they ate the past, right? Like,
I
have
don't know.
you read it?
No.
I've seen it. I haven't read it, but I'm trying to remember what it was about. All these people just like vanished from a plane, and it was like they were the people that were left behind, and like the history, not history, but like the past was like being eaten by these creatures as it was trying to catch up to the present. It was good. Well, thank you, Fletcher. I'm glad that you are enjoying that. I just missed out beardless AJ. You're funny. Well, tomorrow come back and you'll see beardless AJ and Karen as well. Yeah, he shaved. 33 people watching and only 23 likes. I agree, Fletcher. I was going to say, I think somewhere I can see it. Yeah, 23 likes. Yes, there's lots of people watching and you guys aren't liking it. Please hit that like button and subscribe to SciFi Vision. We are at, I'll tell you because I can give you the update. We are at 1956. Yeah, we need 44 more people to hit 2,000. So you guys, we need, if you haven't subscribed to SciFi Vision, please do so and share it with people, especially if they like From. Let them know to watch our channel. All right, let's go through. I want to go through a couple more of these because we were getting sort of near some of the. Okay, Fletcher said, I'm glad they showed the Acosta ambulance scene because it confirms once that they turn around at the fallen tree location, they never find the tree again, just circles around the town. This is true. I hadn't thought about it that way, Fletcher, but you were right. I've heard people say just go back to the fallen tree location. You can't. That is true. Jade and Tabby didn't find the tree again, Earl either. They went around it a couple of times. I'm glad they had a cost to try to drive around too, though. I wanted to see someone get frustrated and try. B says, I heard someone say they could cut their way through, which I think would be interesting, but I think they'd end up going in circles. Anyway, I agree. And then that's about the food, Lake of Tears. We'll go back to that. I feel like there was other things though. Let's see. Oh, this was about Jade's notes. Oops, I missed this one. There were screenshots going around, but you can see really well. Jade is assuming there's a 40-ish year cycle. He's asking if there is a future cycle. We hope there's a future cycle, or we don't have a show, right? Well, no, actually, that's not true. We hope this is the last cycle, I should say. Okay, that's about the White House. Let's see. Ethan's trying to get there. Lake of Tears. Code X or Code Knox. Why do I keep saying Code X Knox? Code Knox. Has they tried to cut the tree ever? I don't think they have, but good try. Do you think the fallen tree belongs to the boy in white, the kid that got saved from the original 8 kids sacrifice plan? The others created the faraway trees with their hope that might be the fallen one. I've heard that before, that maybe it was to do with that, like that was the faraway tree. I've heard too that maybe like it is a faraway tree and that's how it brings people in. I've heard that theory too.
That's why I think that the boy in white is Jim, because he's sitting on the fallen tree.
The fallen tree, yeah.
No.
Acosta just having a denial.
Without reason, man.
No, I get it. Acosta just having a denial reaction like Jaden season 1 and Randall in season 2, but people love to hate Acosta. I agree.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I like Acosta.
Me too.
And yeah, like I said, considering it didn't keep him in the barn, I don't think that they could keep him in the cave that way, Fletcher. I think it's a good idea, but I don't think it would work. How can we be helpful with our hype points? Please do. It does help a lot if you guys hype the videos or even hype the interviews. If you want to hype the interviews, that actually, if they're still available to hype, might be better than the lives. But if you use your hype points for the channel, I appreciate it. It definitely helps. But I would say the 2 From interviews, if you can. I don't know if they're still available to hype. I think you can only hype them so long. But if not, yeah, even hyping these videos, it still helps.
Or you can show up tomorrow when they're having other interviews, and then when the interviews are done, you can hype them.
Yes, actually, that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe save the hype points for the interviews. That's a good idea because we have, for anybody who didn't hear it, we have Nathan D. Simmons, who plays Elgin, is coming tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And on Tuesday, we have Samantha Brown, who plays Acosta, coming at 8. And
Yeah, so
on the
play nice.
Yeah, play nice. Yeah, be nice to her. And then on the 3rd of June, we have Liz Saunders, who plays Donna, and that is, I believe, at 7, I think. So yeah, maybe save it for that. That's actually a good idea. YouTube doesn't invite me to get hype points. I don't know. Some people have them and some people don't. It's like a slow rollout, I guess.
It depends. I guess if you have devices, because it doesn't work on actual computers.
Oh, you have to be on the device. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, that I'm not sure about. Let's see. A future spin-off. They literally have several more future cycles to show us based on Tabby's vision. We basically know about 1978 and this 2022 cycle, and that's it. I mean, look, I definitely, from the Cursed Tales. Yeah, I definitely think they could do a spin-off. I don't think they will, but they could.
All the different time periods would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. And it would be a way they could keep it going. And they have such good ratings now. I could see it maybe happening. I mean, it's like their MGM's highest rated show, right? So we need a way to keep it going. Dealing with the food storage, will they eat Alma, the goat? I sure hope not. No more talking.
Right now, they have a whole bag of it. So
yeah, they have the other goat. You're right. They don't need to eat Alma. They can eat that goat. It's either Alma or they turn into Yellow Jackets. There you go, Scarlett.
Yellow Jackets.
That is wrong show, Fletcher. Wrong
That's
show.
Bruce.
Yeah, that's Bruce. All right. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I think that Marielle's a little too overly worried about her, but I get it. But I don't know. I don't think Acosta would have hurt her. Okay, now we go to Sophia and Sarah, and this is where we complained, and we talked about it earlier, complaining about the glasses. Oh, this agitated me so bad.
Yes, all glasses are the same. You just put on the glasses.
It's such a little thing, but it, look, maybe if you don't have bad eyesight, it doesn't seem like a big thing, but yeah, if you have bad eyesight, it's a very bad thing. So I always wonder how I survive, because I've said before, I can't wear my glasses because I get migraines. I wear contacts until I go to bed, and then I take them out. And I mean, you wouldn't have like contacts that would last forever. I don't know what the heck I'd do, but I do know that glasses are not interchangeable unless they're just reading glasses like you get at Walmart. Fletcher says the show's fandom has only increased season through season. When they reach the finale of the show, they will probably hit Stranger Things level fandom, so they will consider it a spinoff, I guess. I don't know. Whoops, wrong thing. Says there was even thought of a 6th season, according to Z. Interesting. Remember on Lost, Sawyer had to have 2 halves of 2 pairs to get the right prescription. That was a little more realistic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does.
Go through them. Or maybe she tries to find a lens that would fit her glasses, the one that's broken.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering. Like, could she pop the lens out or whatever?
It seemed like more of an aesthetic choice. Like Sarah's like, those are too big for your face. These make you look smarter.
Yeah, and she also, well, we'll get to that in a second. She looked at them weird. I was going to ask you what you thought about that, but I do like the style of these new glasses better since they're only cosmetic anyway. Yeah. John Griffith said they have graphic novel plans after season 5 of From, just so that's like for other cycles and doesn't mean that they're not getting home.
That'd be cool too. Like just doing other cycles and other time periods in a graphic novel would be cool.
Yeah, I could see that too. Or like even like movies, like single stories even. Manuela knows whose glasses they are. Sophia playing the trickster. I wonder who these belong to. I agree.
She loves that room.
And
that's those objects.
That's what I was going to ask you. She got such a weird look on her face when she looked at the glasses. What did you think anything of that? Because when I rewatched it, I thought it was very strange the way she looks at them. I don't know if she's just supposed to be remembering something.
Oh, when she just took them off for no reason and just put them back on.
I don't know. She stared at them kind of weird.
I mean,
maybe
I
I'm
thought
just
she had
weird.
more attachment to that ballerina statue, which I think is going to be coming back.
Yeah, I was getting to that next.
Oh, I don't know where you. There it is.
No, I know. We're focusing on the wrong spot. Manuel focused on the ballerina. Boyd had hallucinations with the ballerina. I do think that that ballerina was intentional. I mean,
Mhm.
you couldn't miss it, right? That was pretty
Right in the
obvious,
center of the frame. Yes.
right in the center of the frame. And yeah, I don't know what that means. Are we going to see the ballerina again? I'm sure Karen hopes not. She hates the ballerina
Oh,
story.
Mari's going to become the ballerina, so Karen will just have to bite it, I guess.
I don't know.
But
But
I did like that blue ukulele she picked up too. I wonder what Sophie's vibes were on that one.
when I didn't get the picture of it, but yeah, she was playing the
Sorry.
ukulele.
I
I
can't
forgot
remember
about
what order these happen.
my college roommate lost her glasses and she used mine sometime. I never understood, but she said they were better than nothing. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yeah, I think if you're using glasses that are like weaker than yours, yeah. If you're using glasses that are stronger than yours that you can't see through and give you a headache,
yeah.
probably not. I think it also depends how bad your eye, like I said, how bad your eyesight is. Like I'm like blind as a bat without glasses. So I yeah, most people don't have glasses as strong as I do, so I don't know that it would.
Yeah. It's
There's
still
like
rough though, even if it's slightly different.
oh yeah, it would still
Yeah.
be hard to
Like
see.
me and my boyfriend have slightly different prescriptions, so I can't put his glasses on. They bug my eyes out.
Yeah. No, I mean you're correct. That it is correct that it's better to have something than nothing,
Yeah, I suppose so.
but it's not enough. You need the correct or at least close to the
Yeah.
correct. I mean, you can't even really wear old glasses when you have them because if you wear them too much, they'll give you a headache.
Yeah.
Uh, there is likely a connection to the ballerina and the first cycle we haven't seen yet.
Hmm.
Um,
I think so.
yes, Karen. My family always makes fun of me when I don't have my glass because I mean I literally like I hold my phone up like this so I can see it. Like that's how bad because my prescription's like a what like an 8 and a 9 I think or well one of those are negative. I don't know which. It's like an
Yeah.
8.5 and a 9.5 or something like that. I have bad eyesight. In fact, I was thinking of getting LASIK, but they said I would still need contacts, so it wouldn't do me any good.
Yeah, eventually, I've had friends that spend about $5,000 to do a LASIK, but eventually you just need to do it again or wear contacts again
Yeah, well, if you
after
have
5 years.
well, I guess it doesn't work though if you're all the way if your eyes are too bad. I don't know, like, I'm not putting that money into it unless it gets
Well,
removed.
it works temporarily, even if your eyes are at a certain level.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would pay that then. I really don't know why you would.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, same thing, Susie. Yeah, everybody I mean, I get it. They didn't go into deep with it, but it just like they could have had her get something other than her glasses, like pick something else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the point of this scene, let's see. So she's trying on different glasses, and she says that it's sad all the things were left behind by different people, but it's kind of nice that there's a part of them still there that's not forgotten.
So
And
I can
Sarah
take them over.
But yeah, Sarah says, I never thought of it that way. Look, I never thought about it either, but like the fact, remember how I said like the monsters and that collect the clothes? It all,
Mhm.
excuse me, also makes me think though that serial killers collect things of people too,
Yeah.
you know, which
Hmm.
I hadn't really thought about it
Token
in that.
trophies.
Yeah, so it could be some kind of profile. Yeah, and I think the rest of the comments still are all about the Lake of Tears. Yes, and we were only on episode 2. We got a lot to go yet. All right. So, okay, so she takes the glasses. Let's see. Oh, Sarah, she asked Sarah, she says, what happened to Jim? Does that sort of thing happen a lot? And she said that it never used to happen that much since Boyd found the talisman, but it's happening more often now. And she says she's sorry, but she says that you should be honest about those things. And that's why she's like, do you have family here? And she says,
No.
not anymore. Yeah.
Or
Um,
not the normal answer. I killed my brother. Wrong
yeah,
answer.
not the normal answer. I kill my brother. You're right. Like she told Elgin all about
She's
it,
learned
right?
how to make friends. She's like, this one I want to be my friend.
She's getting better at it. Do you think Sarah has already noticed that she's sus, or if not yet, she'll be the first to notice? I don't think she has yet.
I'll be back in a second. I gotta run the basement for a second. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. I do not think she has yet, Karen. Will she be the first one? I could see Sarah maybe being the first one. I'm trying to think maybe who else. Why do I constantly get this damn spam shit? Sorry. I'm like, I got all this weird email coming in. But who would I think? I'm trying to think like who would figure something out first. Sarah could be one to figure it out and think something's wrong, but I don't know. She could be. That's interesting. I hadn't really thought about it. Hopefully somebody will figure out something's going on soon, right? We can hope. Sophia's message to us, a part of them is still here in Fromville, like when Jade said their energy lingers, or like the nightmare creatures, or the duality of the with the reincarnated. I never thought, I like that. Yeah, Jade had said that the energy doesn't, it cannot be, whatever the principle of physics or whatever is, the energy can't be destroyed. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that is true because the monsters can't leave, and it's kind of like hinting at that, I guess, a little bit. Fletcher says either Sarah or Victor will be the first ones to suspect of Sophia. I think if Victor remembers something about the man in yellow, it was something he said back in 1978. Now that you said that, I think Victor to me makes a lot of sense. It could be Victor. Okay, let's see. Kenny should have wondered how she got over her dad so fast. Well, like I said, it's TV. We don't get to see them grieve that long, but I agree. She was suddenly like she's all crying over her dad and like, "Oh, I'll go get glasses with you." It was a little much there. Victor thought Elgin was sus. He probably is going to peg Sophia as sus. Is Man in Yellow using Sophia's body to mock religion? Oh, Fletcher, I had not thought about that. I would say maybe, except for the fact they really haven't played with the religion angle a whole lot yet. Like we've seen her pray, but other than that one time she prayed with Kenny, like I would say maybe yes, but not yet. Like I would think that if she's going to, they would put more of it in, but I had not thought about it in that sense. It could be a way to do it. Definitely could be. Victor was counting on his fingers when Acosta and the pastor had the crash, or not. I assume you mean Sophia. And the pastor had the crash. He knows something's off. He was counting something. And yes, he was right about Elgin. You're right. I want Randall to discover the mole, poetic justice, but likely Victor in the same way he remembered what happened to his mom. I think the more I think about it, I do think Victor's most likely. But I mean, Sarah's a good candidate too. But yeah, I think Victor's probably more likely. Victor moved his dad into his room. Maybe he knows something. We had this discussion, I think, I don't remember in which show, but in one of the shows, like that, is that why he moved him over? Because he knows something else is going on. We don't know. 40-ish cycle. Is Jade right? I don't know, but as I think this was during the watch party, I was saying, like, I'm assuming that the massacre is the end of the cycle, right? And the Matthews coming was the beginning of the cycle. I'm assuming with the way things are going, like they're implying that they're getting near the end of the cycle. So that being said, I mean, that would line up with, let's see, actually, oh God, my brain hurts to try to figure that out. I'm like, how many years is that? 78 to 2008.
It's roughly 40.
40. Okay. Well, yeah, no, I'm thinking so 44 if they went till now, even. Yeah. But they're behind. They're probably not going to get to 2000.
Well, there are like around the Civil War is kind of bumper crop because they had two massacres really close together.
Yeah. Well, either way, I do think that makes sense though, because I do think they're implying it's getting close to the massacre. I think that's what the
Oh yeah.
because I still think when she says they start tearing each other apart or whatever, I don't know that they're gonna literally tear each other apart, and I don't know that I
Mhm.
necessarily think that they could, but I do think that she's there for like, I feel like what she's waiting for is the massacre.
Sometimes
Uh,
I think it's all like some symbols and metaphor, but then I think maybe Boyd could turn into a monster because maybe he's the old man in yellow because the man in yellow was a leader and he got broken. He turned into a monster. Boyd might literally turn into a monster.
you realize it can't be Boyd and Ethan though, right? I'm just teasing you.
No, I explained this to you. Ethan is the man in yellow, but the man in yellow was also the leader of the town at one point.
Okay.
He tried to do good.
All right. So you
He
don't
got
think
broken. Boyd became the new one, but the Boyd isn't the man in yellow per se, only metaphorically.
I see. I see. Okay. I believe the writers had a twisted take on Catholicism with
Mm.
law. Yeah, that is
So it's this show.
yeah. Well, but it makes sense sometimes the themes carry over.
Hmm.
Manuel told Kenny, even in this place, God is present. I think it's mocking.
Mm.
Yes, that I think could have been mocking for sure. We talk about is hope a good thing or a bad thing in this town, right?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but yes, I agree with you there, Fletcher. They mix in all the mythologies that relate to each other. Yes.
Yeah. Hmm. Agreed.
The town court is off now. Somebody should be.
It's 46.
Yeah. We see in the yes, I'll probably figure out soon about Sophia. I do think Victor might.
Hmm.
Tabby has a 17-ish daughter. She could be mid 40s. I think we es- I feel like we established before though that Tabitha was younger than that, but I don't remember for sure why I'm thinking that.
I'm not completely sure. I don't even know how old the actress is.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we talked about this before and it seemed like she was supposed to be younger than that, but I don't remember for sure, Karen.
Yeah.
I don't think the Matthews is a start. I think it's a few years before them, and that the Matthew Jade entrance starts the next level of the cycle. That's fair. It could be. I just question: are there like periods of time between cycles? Because I wonder, like, there's like a big
Mhm.
period of time between the end of the massacre and when they come. So I kind of wonder: is there like a waiting period or something in between?
Is there always like a Victor character waiting too? Is there one
Mhm.
person left over?
Yeah, yeah. Tabby's 9 circle dates don't match my 40-year cycle, but she died earlier in the previous cycles. But does it have to be exact? I
I don't
mean,
think it has to be exact.
I don't think it does. So, um, but Maniel is different from the creatures. He can walk through day and time, and the talisman don't hurt him. I think the Maniel was the one who made the promise to the OG villagers about eternal life. I do not think he was ever good.
Hmm. I beg to differ. Because of
All right.
Victor's picture where he came into town and he was smiling and he came out of a car, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was the one that offered the villagers eternal life too. I said that before. I think
Yeah.
he's the
Hmm.
big bad,
It's also Ethan.
but that's okay. You disagree with me. But yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
I just said he was Ethan.
No, yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I don't know about
I don't
that.
want to make your head hurt, Jamie.
No, well, no, it's just they have implied it could be Ethan, but I tend to think it's not. But after the first episode, I really thought the quote was similar, but I don't know. Then Doug said it's not the same quote, so I meant to go back and look. I never did
I
go
don't
back.
know. Doug said some things.
Uh, I don't know. Who knows? Can we call him Jim Immortal Can we call Jim Immortal Teacup? I like that. Immortal Teacup. I think they tear themselves apart means the town massacre. I believe Manuel Sophia comes to town to investigate and observe the massacre. This gives him supernatural power and turns townies into monsters. But do we, and so then they reincarnate when 2 cars arrive and circle begins again. But are they, I guess the question is, what I was saying is, are they literally going to rip each other apart though? Like,
Yeah,
how?
I mean, when the massacre happened, isn't necessary. It was just implied it was the monsters. Well, if it's some people too doing that,
But they must, I don't know how they would rip each other apart though. I guess with knives and stuff. I don't know.
like maybe Christopher went berserk and started stabbing.
Maybe I had wondered that before. But then with everything we found out about Christopher, I thought it wasn't true, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Tabby's 40. Okay, Fletcher, I believe you. I did not realize that. I was thinking she was younger than that. Do you think they'll do the cliched ending with Ethan waking up someday and everybody's teared apart? I sure hope not. They better not.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. Poor kid. But he's also the millennial, so it's fine.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Okay. Let's move
Just
on.
like to think about it.
Yeah, I don't look. It doesn't have to have a perfect ending, but I don't want it to have an awful ending.
I want people to survive. I want Boyd to sail out of his boat, when the flood comes, they find a way out. Some people get out. Not everybody has to get out, but some people.
With the horse on the boat. I think it'd be interesting if it is coming from a book that like maybe they figure out that they can create what they need to get out or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting. Okay. I like when Donna comes out here, she's like, fuck. Like she's just like, what is this? This is funny. She just the way she walks out, like, what the hell? She comes out, they see the ambulance, and he tells her what's going on. And then this is when Ethan slips out the back with his backpack.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
For the 80th time. How many times has he snuck out of this house?
A lot. And his own mother should have been watching him, and then we wouldn't be talking about this, right?
Right.
Wasn't really Donna's job, so I don't really blame Donna.
Well, she just thought he was sleeping, so
Yeah, well,
constantly check a kid and make sure he's in the. You think they're going to stay in the room?
Yeah, they don't. But he's not as bad as Carl, so. All right. I lost my recap here. Okay. So this is where Acosta says that everyone says there's no way out. She never got to test it herself. She just took everybody at their word. And Christy says, if this is about Elgin, and she tries to explain it, but Acosta says she doesn't want to hear it, and that she's a doctor. She's supposed to help people. How is she okay with what they did, meaning with torturing Elgin? And Christy says she's not okay with any of it. But what Acosta's doing is going to get people hurt. And she's a cop, so she should know better.
I like how they've grouped these two actresses together twice now.
Yeah.
I really like their dynamic together.
Yeah, I like this season. I said this in my review. I like that they do they are putting people together in a lot of scenes that we don't get we haven't gotten as much before. So it's interesting. Let's see.
Maybe they're more bonded than Jim and Kenny.
Yeah.
I feel like selling somebody's eyeball shot that makes you closer.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't get the Kenny Jim thing. But yeah, Acosta just says she's going to get out. Acosta is not listening at all. She's pissed off. Okay. And then we finally have Julie and her story walking. So Randall's trying to help her and tells her to take a breath. And that's where she's like, what do I do after that? And she tells him a bit about story walking. And she says that if I went somewhere before, I can do it again. And that if there's any chance I can help him, I have to try. And so Randall has agreed to help her with anything that she needs. So he is really stepping up. I don't know that it redeems him, but I appreciate it.
Same.
So
yeah, we think the same.
I'm still starring all the Lake of Tears stuff. We will get to it. I just am gonna hold it to
the Lake of Tears section at the end.
Yeah. So I'm seeing all your comments and just starring them. Okay, so this is where Tabitha goes into the church, sees his body that looks nothing like him. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Again, I think they just maybe didn't do as good on the effects. But she talks to him and she tells him she's mad. I mean, this is about her grieving and saying that she'll be okay. She'll take care of the kids. I don't know that there's really anything that's important, really. She's just kind of dealing with it and saying that she didn't think he knew that he was her person. They were fighting all the time. I mean, they were going to get a divorce. So yeah, I don't know that he did know he was your person.
First, it's weird because that is something that Fatima said about Alice, which I feel like they're totally different characters. So that coming up is weird to me. But
True.
also, everything you said is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt they were like a toxic relationship. They're on the way to Yellowstone. They were going to get a divorce after. None
Yeah.
of this, unless she thinks and believes this truly, because some characters can be a little deluded and think they're like this. Maybe she does, but
I think she might believe it. Yeah.
yeah.
I think look, I think she's also grieving, right? So
Mhm.
I think that she's just the way she's dealing with it. But yeah, they weren't getting along, and she makes it like like they were. And look, there's nothing like trauma, I guess, to bring you together, but also nothing like trauma to tear you apart. And that's what Karen says. They lost a child. Their marriage was under a lot of stress. I think a
Mhm.
marriage can fail, and that's still your person. It doesn't always work. That's a good point. I guess I'm just saying that they were fighting all the time. I don't know that why he would necessarily think that she was still in love with him. But you're right. It can still be the one. They can still love each other and still be getting a divorce. But they always seem to fight. And she says it like they were getting back together. And I don't know that that was accurate. Um,
She said it in
yeah,
a romantic, the pain and the fighting almost in a romantic sort of way, which is really kind of messed up.
yeah, very messed up. Um, Tabitha projected onto Jake like she did onto Jim. She's also a neglectful mother. She is. Talked about that earlier. She's I mean, right now she's grieving. She's allowed to be a little off right now, but she does need to go take care of her kids. Fray means emotional baggage and projection. That is true. I think with this title, and I was going to say that before, I mean, you can take fray to be two different things. You can take it to be fray like something's fraying apart, or fray like you jump into the fray.
You're fighting.
Yeah, so I think it can kind of mean either, but I mean, maybe it means both. I mean, this could project them into um, being stronger, even if as it's tearing them apart, because it can make them have to work harder at it and try harder at it. Um, Karen doesn't think she's a neglectful mother. I think she relies too much on Julie as a
Mhm.
surrogate. I think that's the problem, though. I mean, Julie had to be a mother because they weren't around. Was it abnormal that they were maybe a little neglectful because of all the trauma they went through? Maybe not, but I still don't know that they're were good parents after what happened. Their grief made them
Yeah.
not deal with their kids. A neglectful is just, I guess, a little bit of a strong word, but I don't
Yeah.
know that she's a great mother.
Yeah, that's my favorite Julie scene too, where she goes off and she says, that you have two other kids. You know that one with
Yeah,
Hannah? Hannah's best moment. A great
yeah,
moment.
yeah. That was a good scene when she said that because her mother does has sometimes gone into that spiral. I think their
Hmm.
marriage got broken a year after Thomas's death. It wasn't that long ago. It's a huge trauma. Look, the thing is that does happen. I mean, a lot of people when they lose a kid, they break up.
Yeah.
They get a divorce. That's not unheard of. I mean, you see that all the time. Trauma can really fuck you up and screw up your relationship because it becomes about that. So, like, I get it. How are they neglectful? I said neglectful is a strong word. Neglectful is a strong word.
Well, I can say evidence here. She's not around her kids the whole episode. She
Well,
goes to
no,
clean up
she's
barn.
not.
She goes to clean a barn instead of being with her kids.
Yeah, and she should be with her kids because they're hurting too. But her kids are safe. I don't know that
And
neglectful.
that doesn't make a difference to me. I would be with my kids. If my spouse passed away, I would be with my kids.
Yeah, I think she should be. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying I don't know if that's neglectful is the right word for it. I don't think she's being a good mother right now, but I don't
So do we think this is like Jim's gold band in this scene because his hand is really telling what the gold band like right there in
I
this
don't know.
scene?
It doesn't even look like a real hand. You can tell.
I didn't really look close at this. Maybe I should look at it on my TV. Maybe I'll like laugh
I don't
more.
know. To me, it doesn't look like that. Emotional neglect is neglect. That's true. That's true. That's true.
It is.
I guess I think about the fact that Julie kind of raised Ethan for a portion of her life and she shouldn't have had
Mhm.
to. That to me,
Yeah.
that part I think is neglect. Is she being neglectful right now?
Yes.
I don't consider what she's doing now neglectful because they're safe. I agree with you, she should be with them, but
Should
I
be
don't
with
know
them.
neglectful. But yeah, she should be with them right now. I agree with you there. She was trying to save them when she walked inside the tree. She was, but I also kind of feel like that was, I don't know. I also kind of feel like if you care about your kids, why would you do that and like potentially leave them, even if
Mhm.
it was going to save them? Like you left them. I mean, I know that's not what she intended, but uh okay, Julie didn't raise Ethan for a portion of her life. They said that she did. In that episode, she had said that they
Mhm.
were never
She
around and
was
she took care of.
15.
Yeah, she said she felt like Ethan's mother, or I forget exactly what the quote was, Karen, but
She had to become a parent at 15.
yeah. Um, she
Yeah,
said
it
she took
does kind
care
of
of
look
him.
bad now I see it on TV. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it looks weird. Okay. She said she took care of him after Thomas died. How much? I don't know, but
I
she
thought it was
did.
18 months.
I don't know. I know it definitely implied it. Yes, it implied it. But Karen's right too, though. She is a teenager and she could just be being complaining to some extent. But yeah,
I no, I don't agree. I don't
no,
agree.
I do think that they weren't taking care of them at that point, but they were
15
grieving.
years old is not enough to become an adult dealing
I
with her sibling when there's two absentee parents. They
Yeah,
need to step up.
me too. I don't think Tabitha is being that right now. She's grieving. The town knows that, and they're probably keeping an eye on each member of the family. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think right now maybe she is, but
Yeah.
yeah, she did. But I mean, like, I get they're grieving, but that doesn't make it okay. I mean, a
Hmm.
lot of times I mean, you see that though, at least, I mean, I've seen it on TV. I don't know about in real life, but like that parents neglect the other kid because they're grieving. Like um, well, I don't know. Look, it's a TV show, Karen. It's not real life. Let's see. I guess as an eldest daughter, expected to parent my sibling, I guess I have some strong feelings about it. I don't know. I'm an only child, so I don't know that I even have the correct answer. So I'm not the best person to ask. And you're right. You're right, Bill. They did give them food, clothing, and shelter. They're not the worst. They're definitely not the worst. I think that we're picking it apart a bit, but
Emotionally, they're not great.
emotionally, they were maybe have been neglectful. But all right. So anyway, enough of that. Okay, so Boyd, here's Boyd. Stop them. Stop. And like
I thought Acosta was just going to run him over.
I know he had to run out of the way because she would have. She would have. He had to jump out of the way. That was
No,
not
no
cool.
love lost between those two. I'm just going to
There
say.
definitely is not. There definitely is not. Okay. So he says she ain't gonna stop and tells Kenny to go get the strip. Now, this is where Henry comes looking for Victor and tells his son that he's sorry about Jim and asks if he's going to see Ethan. And Victor says he can't, but the story says Ethan's your friend and he needs you. I I don't know, how do you feel about the scene? Like, I think the scene was acted very good, and I think it was very sad. I said it was really sad, but like I kind of wasn't sure how to feel here because I feel like, is it mean for Henry to be saying you should be with Ethan? He needs you when clearly Victor is having a problem and doesn't know how to deal with it. Like, he's
Mhm.
right in a sense that Ethan does need him as a friend, but I kind of feel like Victor also needs him right now. Like, for him to say that, is that like hurtful? I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I don't know because I feel like this is really out of place. I didn't know why Victor was even here in the first place, but I mean, I can see how it mirrors with Jim
Yeah.
being murdered. How Victor would freak out because he doesn't lose his dad, who he does found again after like 40-year absence.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely could see it making him worry. I didn't know how to feel about his father telling him he should be talking to Ethan. I get that his father's trying to help him and give him
Maybe to
emotional
distract
support.
him, you know.
Maybe that's possible too. It could be to distract him. I assumed Henry would go with Victor to see Ethan. I would have liked to have seen that. I would have liked
Yeah,
to have seen that. And I did really like this scene too, Karen. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
I'm
I
not.
like it too. I think these two actors are great.
They are. I guess I'm saying that I wasn't sure if that was like the right advice, I guess. I don't know. Victor is acting weird in season 4. Does he know what's coming up? Why bring Henry to his room right now specifically? Does he know this is the time Manuel acts? Is he connecting dots? Explain his finger count. I don't know. I don't know that we know the answer to that yet. Or is he just Victor?
Mhm.
It's hard to know. He's trying to be a real father to Victor. He is. He is. I'm just saying I don't know. I understand that he's kind of having trouble talking to Ethan was my point. The important thing in this scene though is that Victor says the words on the wall says it takes everything good away. I assume he means the town as opposed to like the words. He says it takes everything good away. And what if the source says, what if it takes him next? And he says he isn't going anywhere. And he's like, well, you don't know that, which he doesn't. I mean, to Victor, his father kind of left him. I mean, he didn't, but to Victor, it feels like that. So he's worried he's going to go. And he's like, no, I'll be here. And then he says, you shouldn't have come. And that's when he says, no, because we're together, that I'd take this over being apart. Because he knows what it was like being apart with them. So even if something happens, something bad happens to them, at least they're together, is what he's saying. Victor is a child. I think he needs to process it with another child. And it's the same for Victor is the person who speaks his language, so to speak. That is a good point. That is a good point. I'm curious what Lori would have to say about this scene, actually. What she would think. Now Julie and Ethan both have their own quests separately, and Tabitha as well. Jim's got his own quest in the upside down verse. We're rushing things with Ethan, the same with Mark and Boyd almost. Don't know. All right. So, like I said, they hug and he's like, I'm not going anywhere. At least I'm with you. That's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I think I think a very important part of the episode obviously was finding out about Jim, but I think some of the best stuff to me about the episode was the story walking stuff plot wise, just because I wanted to see it. Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, a lot more story walking.
You what?
I wanted more than what I got.
Oh, I wanted more too. I wanted more too, but like I'm glad that we finally got some at least. And I appreciate that she's trying to figure out how it works. She's taking precautions. I like that she's like, you go first. And then she doesn't expect anything to happen. She just said she was doing that to make sure that he didn't get sucked into it like she did. So she knows he can be there to pull her out. So what do you think about this though? I mean, does this disprove that the other two cicada ones that him and Marielle can time walk or time walk, story walk? Because I mean, Julie isn't doing it intentionally. She just walks and it happens. So I'm assuming that he can't. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, because I think the more story walkers you have, the more messy it gets, and one's probably enough.
That's true. That's true. I've wondered.
I get really timey-wimey if all three of them can do it and they're all jumping through time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I also like the idea. I think it was Fletcher who said about like she went to the past and one of them could walk in the present, one could walk in the future. That would be interesting. But I do agree it's a lot.
That plays off mine. Like their powers would be past, present, and future based, but not totally, not story walking per se. Because I think Mari can see like the future, like in visions.
Maybe.
Maybe Randall has powers to be in the present that we haven't seen yet.
Maybe, I don't know. Miss J Review says, I think Julie's the only story walker, but Karen says it proves nothing. Well, then if you think he could story walk, why didn't he travel then is my question. That's why I'm assuming that it means he can. I guess that is an assumption, but I think he would have if he could. Let's see. 2 episodes without the boy in white popping up. We'd assume he would pop up to Ethan after a dramatic event with Jim. No, interesting. Yeah, maybe it is Jim. Yeah, we don't know. Maybe it's different story walk areas. I like that, Code Knox. That's a good point. Maybe it's not the same place for him. Maybe he can story walk, but it's not the ruins. Hey, we know there's other ruins, right? The ones where the man in yellow changed clothes. Maybe if he goes to those ruins, he'll story walk. That's an interesting.
You never seen Synctronic, right?
Yeah.
The movie.
I told you that was one where they left the dog and I like died.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you base everything on where the dog was.
Because the poor dog, like that was so awful. That
was being raised by Klansmen in the South. It's fine.
No, that was a good movie, but that part maybe not like the movie at all. Like,
no, but seriously. I meant what I'm trying to say about the movie, Jamie, is that there's different, like that guy, the lead, went different places in his room, and he went to different time periods depending where he was in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be like this in From too, depending where Julie's at. She could go to different places or different times, depending if she's in the ruins or somewhere else. She can,
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's a good
Karen,
movie.
yeah,
Everybody
no,
should watch.
I agree with you. And Karen agrees with you. I think more than one is messy. I think you might be right. I don't know that there's going to be more story walkers. I just up till this point had wondered, but I do kind of like what
Mhm.
what was his name? Code Knox said.
Yeah.
Um, I think Randall should have walked a little farther. The scene also implicates that he may have been that teen monster Julie didn't recognize, I think. I don't know. That I don't know about Bill. He doesn't look like him though. Why wouldn't she recognize him or wouldn't we recognize him? I don't know. It would be messy, especially if it requires a person to have a seizure and someone to be around to pull him out.
Yeah.
That's true, babe. All right. So Julie sees that Randall's fine, so he's going to stay. And this is what, who was I talking about? I think it was Jen, wasn't it? They called him her anchor. Somebody called him her anchor. I don't remember who was saying it. I think it was Jen. But
I
I
forgot, I
like,
forgot this scene has like some kind of weird. There were so many weird camera things going on in this. Like in the beginning, there was some weird pan up to Elgin, and then Tabby's scene had a weird kind of curvy camera swing, and this one had a weird one in the forest where the forest kind of went in kind of blurry, but then in focus, but not in a way the character would.
yeah, let me see. I feel like this one is not Jack Bender. So that might just be because it's a
Oh, I think
different.
it is Jack Bender though.
Isn't it? I was thinking, oh
I'm
yeah, it is.
pretty,
I'm sorry. This one
pretty
is
sure.
Jack Bender.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Karen, her constant. You're right. It's technically her constant, but I'm just saying somebody, I think it was Jen, I think, had called it her anchor. Somebody did. I'm
Yeah.
not 100%. What is the rhyme and reason for Julie's story walking? How does she learn to control where to jump to? Well, she hasn't yet. I think that's the question. Yeah, that's the question. Will she learn? Yeah, like B says, will she learn how to story walk without having to go to the ruins and have a seizure?
Yeah.
Like maybe
It was just like the guy from Sigtronic. He was just like, what happens if I go here? What happens if I go here?
yeah,
You know? If the couch sends me someplace else, the floor sends me, you know?
yeah. Then and you're right, it's not the first time that she's seen Emmanuel. Well, it's not in his timeline, it wasn't the first time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know she's gonna see him again at some point. Okay. Hold on, I lost my maybe it's Julie that's the invisible being throwing stuff around the house. I've heard that theory, but why can't we see her? I just wonder if it is like, why can't we see
Because
her?
you can't see herself in that timey-wimey way.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I thought she was, to add to this, I think she's the one knocking on the RV eventually, trying to save Jim.
That could be the case. That to me makes sense. But
because she might find something underground where she could grab them through the RV or get them underground, and she's knocking.
Yeah, I wonder though that she could change something. That's still changing something to happen though.
I don't know. It happened. It already happened.
Yeah. What happened happened. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Okay. No, I know.
Will be.
No, that's a lost joke. Okay. So yeah, you have not seen it, so I get it. All right. So she walks, and this is where she ends up in episode 209, basically, essentially. Which was where this was after Randall had kidnapped Donna, right? After he'd tied her up. Okay.
Yeah. His shenanigans.
Okay. So she sees her father and she calls to him. He does not hear her, or she's not close enough, or he can't hear her. We don't.
Of course.
I mean, look, when she threw the rope down to Boyd, clearly she can affect things, but is it because she had always thrown the rope? That's another issue. But
I mean, I thought Boyd was going to shoot her, so I thought, oh, that's going to be unfortunate.
Yeah, but my point is that we don't actually know because Martin could see her, but we also theorized Martin could be a story walker. So, can everybody see her? I don't know.
That monster could see her.
Let's see. Oh, hey, Doug. Welcome. Anon says, I wonder if Julie could have story walked when they arrived in town and was in the car with Jade and Toby. Maybe she was causing the car to swerve.
Yep.
That's interesting. I'm not sure how that could happen, but it's kind of
Future Julie is the one that meets young Jade in the airport and buys him a soda.
maybe.
Yep.
All right. So either way, she sees her father. She calls out to him. He doesn't hear her. And then this is when they're coming out of the RV, and Boyd shoots and almost hits Julie. He's shooting at the monsters, but
That'd
she's
been
there.
crazy if she would have got a bullet from Boyd, because she would have came back and she would have had one of those bile bullets in her, and they'd been like, "Where'd this come from?" It could have been
Yeah.
really.
Well, that's where really we need to learn the true rules of this time travel, if we're calling it time travel. I mean, we really don't know.
I feel it's different than travel.
It is kind of different than time travel, but that's kind of my point. Like, if she really
Yeah.
can't change anything, then I don't think she can get. Well, but this isn't the past of her timeline, so I guess, yeah, maybe I guess she still could. You have to. I think you have to like split between thinking about her linear timeline versus the story timeline. Like, it's two different things.
It's a bunch of bootstrap paradoxes. See, I'm going to talk about Somewhere in Time sometime, because it's Somewhere in Time. The movie has a bunch of bootstrap paradoxes.
Oh, bootstrap paradoxes make my head hurt. That's all I got to say.
Like,
No,
like his name's in the Leisure before he travels back in time, because
you know
he's
what
been-
movie is a really good movie? Shit. And now I'm not going to be able to think. What is that guy's name? Let me see if I can find it, because I don't know what it's called. It starts with a P, I think.
But I recommend Somewhere in Time.
I have not heard of that one, but this movie.
It's got Christopher Reeve and what's her nuts? Can't remember her name.
I was trying to see. I feel like it's Ethan Hawke's in it, but I could be wrong. I was looking to see if
that one, it's one word name.
it starts with a P, I think, doesn't it?
Predestination.
Predestination. That movie is so good. If you haven't seen Predestination, you should watch it.
It's a good movie.
The other one that's good, and I think you said you saw this, is what the hell was it called? It's black and white. It was like a really cheap film. It was like an independent thing. The guy kills himself or shoots himself or something. I can't remember, and he like starts to degrade.
Oh yeah, that one. Not the one with Felicia Day in it.
No, this is an older movie. Is it Pie? Something like, I think Pie's in the title.
But Pie's not about that.
No, I know, but I can't think of what's anyway. It's one that's like an indie movie that's like time travel, and like he meets himself and he starts to degrade or something because
I told you about that one with Jim McHale in it, where he like keeps like trying to kill different versions of himself.
Yeah, no, that's not this.
Yeah, one's played for laughs.
Yeah, that's like the other movie that's really good is that Parallel. They were supposed to make a series out of. They never did. I wish they had. That show was so good. It was kind of like a Sliders type thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so she's in the woods, and the diner lady, I guess you call her. Yeah, wait. Is that
diner lady? Waitress?
No, I'm looking at what Bill said. That's why I thought it was Pie, but
no, it's not, because it's about the number, number that's the name of God. It doesn't have anybody. It doesn't have any time travel.
Okay, that's not the movie I'm thinking then. But the one I'm thinking, it's an indie film like that. It's something that's anyway.
I'm trying to think of things that are black and white.
Yeah, it's Coherence. Coherence is good. I reviewed Coherent. I'm pretty sure Coherence is the one I reviewed that I got to review. And of course, Dark. Yeah, Dark's awesome. All right, we're getting sidetracked. Okay, so
watch all those movies.
Yeah, watch all those movies. So the waitress, you're right. I said diner lady. The waitress.
The diner lady. I just like diner lady.
I don't know. She's a diner lady. I don't know.
Lady.
I told you my head's fuzzy tonight. Okay. So the waitress, and see, I noticed her clothes are like dirty. That's why you were saying they're pristine. Some of them seem to be, and some of them aren't.
Some of them are dirty.
No, I just think it's interesting that some of them are. Like, why are some of them? Because we were talking about, like, why is the man in yellow so dirty? Does he always bury his shit and he's digging it up, right?
People like Jasmine have blood on their collar.
Primer. That's it. Primer. That's what I was trying to think of.
That's not black and white.
I thought it. Well, then maybe I'm thinking of two different movies and mixing them together.
Yeah, Primer's great. I love Primer.
I might be thinking of two different movies then and mixing them together.
You might have to watch that one about 3 times to understand any of it, but it's a good movie.
That's good. That's good though.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, Doug, why is Man in Yellow dirty? Why are the monsters dirty? Why are they got dirt on them? I want to know. Are they always digging in the dirt? Okay. So
That's
anyway,
very a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, why do I keep freaking diner lady?
The
I keep
diner lady. Let's say diner lady. It's
no, waitress keeps like going out of my head
the
for
diner
some reason.
lady.
I keep wanting to say cafeteria lady, diner. Anyway, the waitress grabs Julie by her hair. By the way, she yanks her hair. See, it's kind of hard to see in the dark.
Mhm.
Someone said the waitress isn't in the original scene in season 2. I don't know. I'd have to go back. It's season 209, but I don't know.
Or if
Uh,
people have seen Julie standing in the woods too.
yeah,
But
which I don't.
it took me a long time to actually find that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's really Julie, is it?
That's TV's Beth Rogers. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
don't.
I just saw Beth Rogers, so I'm pretty excited. We should interview Beth Rogers.
I'm not sure. And what's that? The swing
She's the
lady?
swing coat monster,
Swing
yeah.
coat monster.
She's been
Okay.
one of my dream interviews, Jamie.
Well, hey, we can try. Do the creatures can see and touch the story walkers? Well, yeah, we know now she can.
Oh, yeah.
Because she the dry cleaner monster, yeah. Some of them had to, got behind, some of them had to wear dirty clothes. There you go, B. That's the official
Mhm.
answer, I think. There. Why am I so dirty? Do you see dry cleaners in this town? Yeah, I don't know. No, I wondered that when you were saying like they're so some of them are so pristine. Some of them are, but I don't know.
Maybe some of them washed them on a rock in the Brundles.
Maybe, yeah, yeah. They need to go for a dip there. So the waitress grabs her by the hair, yanks her back, and throws her on the ground. And Randall's meanwhile watching her seize and is like not doing anything because she told him not to, which was maybe a mistake.
That reminds me of like those like classic comedy jokes where it's like, no matter what I say, don't open this door, like in Young Frankenstein. And he's like, open the door. And they're like, no.
She told us not to. Young
Yeah.
Frankenstein, also a good movie. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that in like forever.
It's black and white.
Yes, I know it's black and white. I was going to say that. I was thinking the same thing since I just said that about the other movie.
Very funny.
Okay, anyway, so the waitress is gonna she turns into a monster. I had to lighten all these so you can see them.
Yeah.
And she's gonna I thought this was gonna be where she was gonna get the scratch. Didn't you think that? But she doesn't have a
Mhm.
scratch yet, so I don't
I
know.
didn't even think about that because I figured it probably was really early.
I don't know. I figured it was gonna be just because the way they did it, but it wasn't. He pulls her out and hugs her because she wants to go back. And he knows she shouldn't. Look, like I said, I really like Randall in these episodes. I like the scenes between them,
Mhm.
and I really like that he's stepping up and he is helping her. Like she really
Yeah.
doesn't have anybody else except for Ethan to turn to about this, and she can't right now go to Ethan.
Yeah.
He's grieving too. So yeah, I really like these scenes. I appreciate it. I think it's cool.
Mhm.
Mananiel was dirty, but after he shapeshift, he looks so clean. Well, he had clean clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
you can't go to town dirty. You gotta go into town.
Yeah. Then they'd be like, "Why are you dirty?" No. Well, he was in the car crash. I guess he could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been dirty. All right. So Tabitha here goes to talk to Ethan, and Ethan is not there. And Donna's like, "He was in bed." Yeah. But look, it wasn't. I get Donna lost track of him. I don't blame Donna for that.
Well, I don't think she's been a party to like him leaving the house several times throughout the series.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. You're totally right. Let's see. Doug says Young Frankenstein, best movie ever. It is a really good movie. If I'd have had a good movie. All right. So Scandal Randall. I like that. Scandal Randall. No, yeah, he's like a big brother. I would agree with Miss J. We're not going to go there.
Yeah, let's not.
we don't need some jailbait stuff. We won't go there.
Yeah.
You got to remember Julie's supposed to be 16.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know that I buy she's 16, but that's a whole nother issue.
At the oldest, Edge is 17, and it's still underage.
Yeah. Either way, she's still underage, and he's a lot older. And we have to remember that. Anyway, so Ethan has taken off, and his mother, wants to find him, but they don't know where he went. And then here is the them laying down the strip, and Kenny's like, she'll be okay. And here's Acosta again. Okay. This is where she says Acosta, and look, they've said they're not dead and it's not hell or whatever.
Oh,
So
they didn't say, did they not? They didn't say it wasn't hell, right?
okay, they said it wasn't that they were dead. What did they say? I forget exactly what they said.
It wasn't purgatory.
It wasn't purgatory, yeah. Yeah, I don't think he is either, B. But anyway, she says her mother always believed in hell, but she thinks that hell is for people who think they deserve to suffer. That makes me think of Lucifer and the whole. You read part of Lucifer comics or something, didn't you? Because I know you said you didn't watch it, but did you know part of Lucifer or no?
I have not seen it. I want to, but I haven't.
Okay, I was thinking you read the comics. Anyway, it brought it up because it just made me think about it, because the whole thing with Lucifer is that the people that are in hell, they're only being kept there by themselves because they're like making themselves suffer because they deserve it, kind of.
Yeah.
So anyway, her mother always believed in hell, but she thinks hell's for people who think they deserve to suffer. She's a good person and doesn't deserve to be there. And Christy says none of them do. But Acosta's like, I don't know that. I don't know you.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything. Nobody's bothered talking to her.
Nobody wants to be friends with her but Sarah. So, there you go. Yeah. But she says that maybe they don't try harder because deep down they think they deserve to be there. And Christy says the real reason they don't try harder is because every time they do, someone dies. She said, do you know how many times people thought they knew exactly what this place is, or how many theories I've heard on why we're here or how to get out? And the one thing they all have in common is they're all dead. There is no way out. And Acosta refuses to believe that. Whoops. Yes, Lucifer is a great show. I don't know about the comics either, but Lucifer's a great show.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak. Christy's pretty bleak here.
Yeah, she's right. 10,000 theories are made before season 4, and showrunners still find ways to surprise us. This is true. Whoops, wrong thing. Acosta is a narcissist. Also true. Whatever it is.
Not any more than Void or anybody else there.
Matters, yeah.
Or Jade or anybody else.
Oh, wait. They're not dead because everybody continues to reincarnate. Yeah, I guess they technically can't be. Good night, pirate ship. Thanks for coming. Oops. Boy in White caused the RV to crash. Man in Yellow was buried under the RV and was knocking in 209. Either the melody being played or Smiley being reborn freed him. Okay, interesting. I guess she thinks Ethan belongs there because she doesn't even stop for him on her way out of town. Yeah, she's like, stop. And she says, I lost where it was at here. And she says,
he'll be fine.
Pull over, and she says, oh, he's fine. And Chrissy's like, he's a kid in the woods whose father just died. Pull over.
I like how throughout this whole episode they have shot the actor that plays Ethan in a way that makes him look smaller. Like the scene with by the ditch, he goes into the ditch so he looks smaller. When he was in bed, they shot him closer up with Julie in the background so he looks smaller. They're really trying to hide the fact that he's like a foot taller.
I didn't think about that.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. They kind of do. It is a horrible thing to say on the subtext is your trauma or your abuse is your fault because you didn't try hard enough to get away. You're not wrong. Like I said, this episode kind of made me not like her a bit. I still don't completely dislike her, but she really pissed me off in this episode. Let's put it that way, right?
I think she's the kind of person that's needed for From to go in a positive direction, though.
Well, I think she could end up being important, and I think
if Void doesn't end up hurting her in some way,
Void doesn't end up hurting her, yeah.
But I think she's going to take out the hate on everything else on her unfairly.
Right, but I think she could be a positive influence if she would stop being a dumbass.
Well, it's like nobody tells her anything. She didn't get a booklet.
Nobody got a booklet.
She didn't even get pancakes. She didn't get to choose the rock or the flower.
Pancakes. She didn't get to go around.
Yeah.
I agree. Her way in wasn't the best, but
nope.
All right. So I hope Sophia handcuffs her to the flagpole at night. Okay, Adon. No
that's
love
what
lost there,
I
right?
don't get that, man.
Oh, this is funny. Okay. So he pulls her out of the ambulance and he yells at her. And let's see. Oh, Ethan hit along the side of the road. I skipped that part. And that she did see the strip and tried to avoid it, but Christy turned back, like grabbed the wheel and turned back to it. The boy screams at her to get out, shoves her against the ambulance, says she could have killed somebody.
Police brutality.
Sorry, what?
Police brutality.
Yes, I just you're right. It is police
He
brutality.
acts so harsh against her and handcuffs her and all that stuff that Randall did in the past. Like he put Donna and Jim and Boyd and him all in peril, and he's never been in the box, never handcuffed, nothing.
I think he very much dislikes Acosta, and I'm honestly not sure if it's just because he feels like she's trying to question his authority, and that's not really a reason.
I think she reminds of Abby, a younger Abby.
Yeah, maybe he might see her like that. That's true. But either way,
that reminds it. But I mean, I'm saying she reminds him of Abby in a way that triggers him about his dead wife, and he doesn't want to confront that. So if he sees that in her, he's gonna, you know what I mean. You got it.
That's true. But he really
Not
tried.
a romantic way.
No, I know what you mean. He really tried to reason with Acosta. Has he really? I think there's been a lot of yelling. I don't know that I completely agree with that, Code Knox. I mean, like I said, I think that she questions his authority and it doesn't go well as part of
I'm saying not the yelling, Karen, but pushing her forcibly against the ambulance like he did.
Yeah, that was a little much.
And handcuffing her. Where's she gonna?
Yeah. Yep. Acosta left Tabitha handcuffed in the ambulance. Randall's cheek injury is due to Acosta, not Boyd. That's true. That he was going to try to help Tabitha. I didn't think about that. That is true.
Why is it due to Acosta?
And because they were trying to save Tabitha, who was handcuffed in the ambulance. That was how he went back to get the tools. That was how he got left out.
How that unhandcuffed her? She just came in.
No, she didn't know it. He's just saying it was because of her. How is Acosta rookie cop at age 45? Who said she was 45? I don't think she's
45. What?
I don't think she's 45. I'm not even 45. I don't think she's 45.
She's a good-looking 45. I'm just gonna say.
I do not think she's 45. 35, maybe. I don't know. I'm bad at ages.
I'm gonna fact check.
I don't think she's 45. Go child. Anyway, Christy does tell him about Ethan, and I guess they go after Ethan. We don't really get to see that. It's okay. Thank you for stopping by, Doug. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Gotta stretch. But yeah, it's very nice. Have a good night.
Whoops.
All right. So we're almost at the end here. So the scene that we're waiting to talk about here. Okay. So Ethan, and we'll get to everybody's comments once we finish this scene. We might as well finish it. Okay. So Ethan is in the woods at the RV. Now, two things I want to point out before we talk too much about it. The stick that like he tried to bash the man and yell with. I mean, he didn't, but he tried to hit the man and yell with it. And the blood smear is there. And it's there the whole time too. Ethan goes in to get the radio and he comes out and his father is sitting on the log. Now, yeah, like I said, I have a lot of questions about this scene. I do think he acted very strange. I know you said you think it's because he's the boy in white. I know people said that maybe it's like his time's up, he needs to leave. I don't know. To me, it was more than that, and it was very bizarre. He even has like a weird look on his face, like he's staring off into the ether or something. I don't know.
Yep.
It's weird.
Sus.
It is sus. Okay.
On the log too. On the fallen tree log.
Yep. Jim is worried before Ethan shows up. I agree with that. It's very strange. Now, you say Jimmy. Jimmy is worried. I don't know if that was a typo or you did that on purpose. Jimmy's worried. Jimmy. Okay, now here's the part that I just said I thought was funny. Not that I believe it means anything, but see, like all his blood's worn off, and then 2 seconds later, he's got to cut again. So yeah, they had some inconsistencies with the continuity there for his.
Unless it's supernatural.
No, it was
The
makeup.
boy in white is inconsistent.
Yeah, I think it's the makeup. The music isn't sus at all. I don't remember what music was playing here.
I can't remember either, and I can't turn it on right now.
Yeah,
Copyright.
I don't remember what music was playing. Okay, so he hugs him. Jim asks what he's doing there. Ethan tells him he came to get the radio and it's broken, but Ethan tells him he thought maybe he could send the real Thomas a message that he should look for him so he wouldn't be alone. I thought that was really, I don't know, sweet.
Yeah, that's really, it's sad and sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So his father, though, continues to look around as he's talking to him. And Ethan's like, "What's wrong?" And he says, "Everything's fine." And he says, "Do you remember what I told you last time we were at the RV?" Ethan says, "When bad things happen, they have to look after each other and always do their best." And this may have been the same conversation that Julie was referencing in the last episode, but I'm not sure. He tells him his mother and sister need that right now. But that he has to go. He wishes he could stay. And again, he's like looking around, all weird, like somebody's coming. Ethan asks what's happening and tells him he needs him to do something very important. The night they arrived there and crashed the RV and were trapped inside, he had a dream and he asks him if he remembered it. And Ethan says it was about the Lake of Tears. Jim tells him that it's here and he needs him to find it. And he asks him why they can't find it together. But this is when he hears Tabitha calling him. And he turns around to look for her. And when he turns back, his father is gone. And I'm behind on the pictures. But yeah, he's gone. He does tell Tabitha that he saw him. She doesn't really say anything yet. She just hugs him. Tabitha ruins everything. Well, he looked away. This Jim is AI. It's a clone. Don't know. Could be. It's sus either way.
If you think it's Jade's company in a simulation, maybe.
Maybe. Son, your mother is unhinged. I was the only one in container. She will turn into the entitled monster. You're funny, Bill. All right. So there we go. Let's go through some of these. I want to get through the chat. I starred all these things. Let's get through some of these. This was from before. I don't know what that was. Okay. Is Jim's soul trapped in Fromville just like Jade and Tabitha's soul? I don't know that trapped in Fromville and reincarnation are the same thing. I don't know. What do you say to that? I feel like that's two different things.
I think I did talk to Fletch a little bit about this because the bottle tree that Sarah feels like everybody's talking to her and everything, we have surmised that maybe those are the souls of the dead in bottles in the tree. So essentially, Jim's soul could get trapped there. I just don't think that's Jim.
Okay. You think the souls are trapped in the tree. So what happened when Boyd opened the bottle, if you think that's the case?
I don't know if it was the same tree, right? So he took down Barton's bottle.
Okay. I have not heard
Martin's bottle because it had 1864 in it and it had Martin's soul in it. That's how he visited Martin.
All right. I don't think I've heard that before. Okay. They'll need to go into Cannibal Village to get food. That was something else. I was talking about Bach to not be in there. We mentioned that before. And then this has nothing to do with this scene, but Fletcher had said, I feel like Tian manifested the food that her son found the day after her death. That was her wish during the day she ended up dying. She was trying to get food for people planting small crops. Interesting. Could be. Okay. Real talk. Jimbo's still solving this thing, Lake of Tears from the grave, while Tabitha and Jade babbling like morons. Team Jim. I like that, Muncher. Yeah, they're not being as helpful. Hey, he helped them solve it, right? Kimberly says, I think the man in yellow is trying to conceal his identity and make it not clear that there's another threat, especially when it can hunt them during the day. Not yet, at least. If the man in yellow was the one that tricked them into immortality and turned them into night creatures, wouldn't they want revenge for man in yellow? If I'm Jim, if I'm Jade, I'm at the window night time. What? And cooey motherfucker. I don't understand that comment. I mean, I understand the first part of it. I don't know. It depends on whether they wanted to live forever or not. I feel like whether they would be mad at it or not. Ethan and Julie are at the RV at the same time. Julie in another chapter walking, and Ethan in the current timeline going before the radio. I don't know what you mean.
I am curious to why Julie ends up there and why that specific place and time.
I don't know. Like you said, maybe where she's at, like maybe she can only go so many locations, and that's one of them.
Yeah, or maybe it has to do with Jim.
Yeah, I don't know.
That,
Yeah, maybe it's like an emotional something pulls them towards a place. I
like
think
she needs to go where the RV is, where he's alive, and that's where she dropped off.
Yeah, maybe. I think the Lake of Tears is past the spider webs that Boyd and Sarah saw back in season 1. We were saying before, I think she was saying this in Discord, that the lighthouse, is that way. And somebody else said that about that in here, somewhere in here.
I said that it didn't exist until the flood.
Okay. Yeah, you did say
because
that.
they have that one picture has a spider and it has like an eye crying tears into a lake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. If the Lake of Tears is how you escape, why did Tabitha have to go through the window? Well, she was at the lighthouse, though, so I don't know.
Because the boy in white likes to play games. Throw their window.
Yeah. Excuse me.
I don't know. I don't think he's all good.
You don't think he's all good. That's fair.
I think he's chaotically neutral or chaotically, inclined to play his own game.
I see. She was at the lighthouse, pushed into probably the Lake of Tears. And where did she wake up? Outside world. So maybe it's indeed the exit. If there was water. We don't know if there was water. Okay, we already talked about that, about Donna. We talked about that. Okay. This was about I felt bad for Donna when Ethan got away.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan was trying to get the radio to work so he could talk to his dead brother, to talk to his dead father.
Yeah. Jim it's like those things that he hopes they're both at a better place, that they could be with each other in the afterlife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I got like a crick in my neck. Jim tells Ethan to find the Lake of Tears after Ethan says he wants to find the real Thomas. Maybe Thomas and Eloise are at the Lake of Tears. It is a possibility. The Lake of Tears is like the Lake River and Lost with the Light. Oh, the Cave of Light. Let's not talk about the Cave of Light. Or the Lake River with the alien egg and Under the Dome, like the mythical rivers in the underworld. Sorry, we just hated the Cave of Light. Jim, let's see. Jim tells. Okay, I already put that on, didn't I? Yes, I already did that one. Sorry. Maybe the river is blocked, not flowing, and they need to touch it, need to uncork it in a sense, like Lost. I don't know. Some of that storyline in Lost was a little. We can't really see any body of water outside when Tabitha is at the lighthouse, right? Just the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Under the Dome, the alien egg in the river was the power source. If Thomas and Eloise are at the Lake of Tears, they could be the power source for this cycle. Maybe. The real Trail of Tears was, the Trail of Tears isn't the same thing as Lake of Tears. That's a real
It was
thing.
a tragedy. I agree.
It was. And that's something completely different. Maybe the Lake of Tears are here when you reach the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I said. I didn't even think she was 35, but
there's another a travel channel host with the same name who's 56.
Yeah, I see your
so if you go through AI, it tells you she's 56.
Yeah.
AI is wrong.
Let's see. The new trailer for episode 3, I guess, is out. I can't believe Victor's never found any smokes. Maybe he doesn't want him. He don't know what it is. And the Lake of Tears, like the lake at the end of the Truman Show that holds the exit door if you reach the very end. Maybe. All right, we've gone through the chat now. So yeah, anything else that you want to?
I don't know. I could look at my notes really fast, but I think I hit everything. Hit all the beats.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking we could do what I did last time. I don't. That was when I was on the other show. I took call in after, but I don't think I can do that tonight just because I'm not feeling well enough to stay up much later.
That's
So,
fine.
but I do want to maybe. I think at some point we could do that. It could be cool.
I do have a note that says, "Will the poltergeist stuff from episode 1 ever be resolved?" I don't know.
Yeah, don't know. That's a good question.
Will they ever talk about Ethan meeting Ghost Jim or whatever? Probably not, because nobody ever talks about anything. They should always talk about these things.
They should. They should. We can watch a trailer in Discord, but not on YouTube because it'll get the video blocked. Didn't Tabitha say she heard water while in the caves with Victor? Maybe that's related to Lake of Tears. She did say that, didn't she?
What was it?
That she said something about hearing water when they were in
Oh
the
yeah,
cave.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Polter Jim. You're funny, Bill.
Polter Jim.
Yeah. Also, I don't think some people don't like Karen. Don't watch trailers. Don't want to be spoiled at all. But I don't know. After that one trailer, some people are upset. Although that trailer was, I think, not normal that was released that early. So
yeah, I think they give too much away. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. No, not that the ad gets blocked, that if we play a video on here, my video will get blocked.
Get
YouTube
blocked,
will
yes.
block it for copyright, and then I'll have to edit the video, and it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So you can't really play video clips. Definitely not with sound.
Yeah.
That would cause issue. But we can, there's always Discord. We could do it. But yeah, not on a live YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll end up having to edit it. Like I had to edit out AJ's song when he put Que Sera Sera on it.
Yeah, I have noticed some people can get away with it, but I wouldn't try it.
Yeah, well, it's not so much copyright. It's not copyright strike. It usually just blocks it, and it gives you options of what you're allowed to do. A copyright strike is like when you refuse to remove it.
It's still a headache, though.
It's a headache. You got to edit it or take out the audio or
Yeah.
I let it warp the song, and it made it. Although it worked with From.
Yeah, I kind of liked it actually.
Yeah, it's a YouTube thing, Kaiser. You have to be careful with playing clips and stuff on YouTube videos. Yeah, it kind of worked. I agree. It kind of worked with From. I still got to get my song I was making for From fixed. I had started working on it and I never finished it. And yes, some channels do. It depends on how you do it, but you definitely don't do it with audio. I can tell you that. You put audio on it for more than a couple seconds, it's going to get blocked. I don't know. It's weird because it's not even about what you're allowed to do. It's about what YouTube AI copyright stuff picks up. Mm-hmm. Because I've said before, they send us clips to use. We're allowed to put them on YouTube because I even asked. They said I could, although at this point everybody had seen it, so it was kind of senseless. But if I get more for the interviews, I will try putting them up. But that doesn't mean that YouTube can't still block it, even if they've given permission. But you'd have to defend it or whatever.
I've known people that had permission for Yellow Jackets clips and played them, and they still got blocked by YouTube.
Yeah, it has to do with it picking up the copyright. Yeah, it depends. Sometimes trailers don't, but I don't want to do it on a live because if it screws it up, then the whole live gets blocked and you have to edit it. Putting just a clip up is one thing, but I wouldn't want to put it as part of the live because it's too much work if it does block it. But yeah, sometimes uploading a trailer, sometimes you can get away with. Trailers are a little different just because I know a lot of people played the other trailer when they did the breakdown. Trailers are a little different because they're more made for promotion. So I think that they don't have the content ID on as much for it maybe, but I honestly am not sure. But yeah, audio is even worse. So it's a pain in the butt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else though? So episode 3 is called what? What is the name of I don't remember offhand.
I don't either.
That's what I was gonna look and see. Oh shoot, tell me I did not do that. Why does No, I just noticed that the episode title says premiere. That wasn't intentional. I gotta fix
Whoops.
that. I didn't notice that. I gotta fix it.
Oopsie.
Yeah, that's the way I did. It's my fault. I did it weird. Okay. Okay. The next episode is called Merrily We Go. Any thoughts? Oh, sorry. He just put it in the chat. I didn't see that. Merrily We Go. Any thoughts?
Oh, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
That's what it makes me think of.
You know, and people also have also said, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So, but that's not Merrily We Go, because that's actually in the London Bridge song. And
Yeah,
and
Row Your Boat, I mean, is the one I thought of. Sorry, I told you the wrong thing.
which one?
I thought of Row Your Boat, and you're right, it isn't exactly, but that was what it made me think of originally.
No, in London Bridge, it's merrily we go along. I said roll along, and people said, "Oh, Kenny's gonna get some."
Pocket
merrily we go along, merrily we go along, my fair lady.
Yep.
But Mari was actually humming that in the episode of season 2. To herself. So I
wait,
don't know.
In this episode or season 2?
In season 2.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I don't really have any thoughts.
But London Bridge is cool because it has like lyrics in it like about like iron. Like it's almost like about Abby, like Iron Abby.
Oh,
and
interesting.
The different things they build the bridge out of, and it's like it kind of does have some, you know, if you look up the lyrics.
Interesting.
Some references.
Yeah, sometimes looking them up, I know there's a couple different ones that are either book titles or song titles in the episode titles. It could be. Yes, if you haven't, please hit the like button. I know that there's more of you watching it currently than have liked it, so I know you all haven't liked it. So please do that. So yeah, please also subscribe to SciFi Vision if you haven't. I am up to more percentage of people that subscribe that watch it compared to what it was before, but we're still at 1956. Need 44 people. Come on, I want to hit 2,000. Tell your friends. Yeah, like the video, subscribe. Make sure that you come back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern for our interview with Nathan D. Simmons, who plays Elgin. And on Tuesday,
is that going to be live where people can
be live? That's live tomorrow at 6, and then Tuesday at 8 is and double check the times, but I'm pretty sure Tuesday at 8 is Samantha Brown, who plays Acosta, and June 3rd at 7 is Liz Saunders, who plays Donna.
But those are all going to be live where people can ask questions.
Yes, all 3 of those are live. You can put your questions in the chat and we will ask them. As long as they're appropriate, we'll ask them.
Yes.
Yes.
Be nice to
what, Scarlett?
I said be nice to Acosta.
Yes, be nice to Acosta. Yeah, you guys can ask them questions. But yes, tomorrow is Nathan D. Simmons. So make sure you guys join us tomorrow at 6 Eastern. If you haven't, make sure that you join our Discord. The link is pinned in the chat. You can get our schedule along with watch parties and all that fun stuff. As for what's coming up, we have the From Review with myself and Karen and AJ is tomorrow at 10. And then on Wednesday, I haven't set the show up yet. We haven't talked about a time. I want to say probably 10, but I'm not 100%. We're going to be doing a thing for the Stranger Things. What's it called? I already forgot what it's called. 1985. Tales of 1985. The 4 of us are going to do. So,
Wednesday?
Yeah, on Wednesday. I got something every day but Friday. I'm like, I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that to yourself.
Yeah, this is going to be, I can't do it every week, but we're only doing it 1 week, so it's okay. And Thursday, we have Daredevil Born Again. So yeah, there's a lot. Sure. Thank you, Kaiser. I saw you joined, so I'll check the message when we're done here. Anybody else who did not send your address in that won the talisman, make sure you send it to me or Dieter. There were a couple, but I haven't seen them here tonight in the chat. Just the 2 people I mentioned. So, which was Code Knox and, like I said, Kaiser. So make sure you guys send that out. And other than that, if you have any questions for Katarina, plays Tabitha, I am talking to her next week too, but I don't know how many. I'm probably not going to get tons of questions. So I don't know how many I'll be able to take, but you can always send them in Discord too, and I will try to get some of them. Costa should bunk with Sophia. Whoops, wrong thing. That's funny.
Imagine all 3 of them living together, Acosta, Sarah, and Sophia.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. Could be interesting. Well, anything else, guys? We got over 40 people here. We got quite a good turnout tonight. I know I guess we're at the time a lot of other people do. Oh no, why did that do that shit?
What?
Well, already got something easy that time. You guys got a treat tonight. You didn't get ads. Well, you still got ads, but you didn't get as many ads because I had them turned off by accident. Shit. That's
Yay.
not good.
You have too many ads, Jamie.
Well, they still the thing is, there's still ads. I just don't get paid for the ads. That's the difference.
There's ads that are live every 7 minutes. I think you should probably adjust that.
I have it on low. I don't know why
it's like literally every 7 minutes.
I don't know, but you should still be having some YouTube still adds them, whether they're part of that or not. You guys should have still gotten some, just not as many. Really? That's surprising because when I watch them, I still get them even on ones that say they have no ads. So I don't know. But it's been fixed. So yeah, thanks everybody. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to SciFi Vision, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow at the review at 10. And like I said, also we have Fandom Access on Tuesday for Monarch and Daredevil and For All Mankind. Karen said they're every 20 minutes. That sounds more what it should be. It shouldn't be every 7 minutes. It should. I mean, it's not supposed to be anyway. I don't have it set for that many. So, all right, guys. Well, unless you have anything else to add or anybody has anything else to say, I guess that's about it. But we will see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern for the interview, and then tomorrow for the live. Good night, everybody.
Good night. And remember, men don't make passes at women who wear glasses.
Wait, what? What did you say? Men make passes at
women don't make passes. Men don't make passes at women that wear
glasses.
Oh,
okay. That's funny.